It's the Short Bus Saturday. It's the Short Bus Saturday. It's the Short Bus Saturday. Short Bus Saturday. It's the Short Bus Saturday. It's the Short Bus Saturday. It's the Short Bus Saturday. Short Bus Saturday.
The content of this channel is for mature audiences. Parental discretion is advised. You're tuned in to the Green Gorilla channel. Please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification button. And please, feel free to share the video. Thank you.
It's cracking. What's happening, y'all? You know who it is, man. I'm Gigi. You're tuned in to the Green Gorilla channel. It's the place where black men can express themselves freely, straight up with no chasers, man. You feel me? And you know, like I always do, I got to give a shout out to the haters, man. I hope y'all having a good afternoon. If you're coming in, man, make sure you like the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, consider doing so and hit the bell notification button, please, man. If you subscribe, so you can know when the show's actually going off or when they're actually coming on. So yeah, do that, man. And, like I always do, I want to give a shout out to all the members of the Green Gorilla channel on Patreon and on YouTube, and then get right to the business, man. So, shout out to Passport OG, Brotherly Love, Divine Love Ridge, Ismail Samad, The Watcher, Barnolas, Hostile Adept, Red Pill Revelator, Lee Ways, and Black Men Being Brutally Honest. Big up to y'all, man. Big up to Lord Hamal, Kill the Gang, Dr. Thunder, BGS Ibmore, Jason Hales, Charles Finney, Interesting Thought, Bimrock, Blacksword 404, Until I'm Not, and Apex Prowler. Big up. Big up to Naomi Gary, J. Cleveland Green, The Toxic Masculinist, Pulpit 28, No Sleep, Broken Blade, Mr. King, Larry R., Seth Son, Afro Troop TV, Show Me, and Spain Man. Big up. Big up to Seventh Coast Dojo, Anthony Davis, I'm Just Jules, An Honest Look, Sherlin Woe, Ricky Dawson, Stefan, Julius Ferguson, Truth 7360, Mr. Me Too, and Call for President. Big up. Big up to Gold Professor, AKs and Curtains, H-Town, Roguish to Billmonger, Adrian Thomas, Electrician 480, Binga, Cutting Up with the Jones, Zanco 1, D. Scott, Path Guy 74. Big up. Big up Pete Rock, Aaron Peters, Vincent Lindsay, Quiz the Poet, Black Wizard ADOS, Jazz Tech, Shadow Observer, Artisan MC, Troy Warren, Mrs. KP Bailey, and Alan Wiley. Big up. Big up to The Face, Life of Commerce, Apostle, AI, Timothy Blewett, Jeffrey Speed, Marvin Battle Jr., Adam, Ignatz Mouse, Brian Peaks, and Black Uru Strikes. Big up. Big up Dr. Tree 33, 77 Base X, Brian McMurray, Cameron S., Charles Rogers, Rick Ross, Sandra Jean, Charles Gilmore, Greg, Barry Little, and Mr. Valentino. Big up. Big up Cameron 87, Doc LaRock, Mark Swift, Odd Collar, Donald Watts, Coach Hotep, Old Soul Chief, Mr. Blue Collar, TD Hip Hop Media, Drew Main, and Mr. Heat. Big up. Big up Sir Anthony. Big up MLR, Universal 178, Rasheed Barnes, Aaron Smith, DH, A Double, Dr. Tiasan Johnson, Kalanja Kala, and W. Pierre 1. Big up with y'all, man. Can't forget the brethren, Forrest Windu, David Curl, and Kevin Samuels. Big up, man. On the Patreon side, big up to Robert Wicks, J.E.K., Chris Flowers, Christopher Burton, Daxby, J Live, Rashawn Phillips Searles, Keith Bass Jr., Nick, Albert C., Dr. Ben Vincent, I'm the Light of My Father, Waffle Weave, Darnell Smith, Excalibur, Pursuer Prisoner, Taz, Dragon 59, J. Bailey, Mr. Michi Momal, and Asang. Well, big up, man. Big up to y'all, man. Y'all deserve a round of applause, man. Thank you so much for your ongoing support. Appreciate it. Straight up, appreciate that, man. I really and truly do appreciate it. And if you're inquiring about how you can become a member of the Green Gorilla channel, here's how you do it, and I'll be back with the show. What's good, everybody? I'm the G with a PhD, and you're tuned in to the Green Gorilla channel, the place where black men can express themselves freely. Straight up, no chaser. Today I want to introduce you to my new membership program that consists of 5 levels where you can invest in the Green Gorilla channel on a monthly basis and receive level-specific perks. Memberships are special because they improve the quality of the content of the channel and will help me to be able to keep the channel going. Now, to participate in the Green Gorilla channel membership program, all you have to do is hit the join button, which is located right next to the subscribe button on my channel page. Now, for all of my subscribers who decide not to participate in my membership program, nothing will change. The content will keep coming the way it always has. Thanks for watching, and be careful out here, people. Bless. Yeah, man, that's a blast from the past, man. That's how my show used to come on, man. I brought a friend along. His name is Marcus Aurelius, also known as Keep It 100. What's up, my nigga? Can you hear me, dog?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's
I
happening?
just-
You still eating that salad, motherfucker?
Yeah, man, but I want to give a shout out to Pookie and Ray and Peanut and Shasha and Tata and my nigga Black and Mook.
That's what you want to do, man. That's a lot of shout outs, man. You trying to do, man.
Hey, man, you just dropped a lot of shout outs, man. So I just wanted to throw some names down, you know.
I hear you, brother. I hear you, man.
Everybody know a nigga named Black.
Yeah, for sure, man. Shout out to Black, man. You know what I'm saying? Round of applause for Black, man.
Everybody know a nigga named Black. Yeah, what up, Black?
Round of applause for Black, man. But, man, shout out to Marcus, man. Aurelius, keep it 100. What's cracking with you, bro? Good?
Chilling, man. You know what I'm saying? Just chilling, you know. Had a little procedure yesterday that I think everybody need to do. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit. Go ahead. Talk to us about it.
Oh, man. I'm probably going to talk about this again on my channel, too. Let me tell you something, man. Anesthesia is death. Okay? If you ain't never been under an anesthetic, I'm telling you, man, you will not, like, it's like you will have no recollection of them knocking you out. I don't know how many people in the chat have ever been on anesthesia, but you're gone. You ain't gonna have no dreams. You ain't gonna have no memory. From the time they knock you out to the time you wake up, they're the only two things you're gonna remember. Okay. All right.
Oh, man. So tell us what happened, bro. What you had to go through, kid?
All right, so you know, all of us, it comes a time in every man's life. The motherfucker gotta go get a colonoscopy.
Oh shit!
Run.
Run.
Colonoscopy. Shout out to John Jones. He says dudes need to go get their GI check too. That's exactly what I went to do.
Yeah,
That's
but I mean, you know, it's necessary for you know, the older you get, you want to make sure that you know all your shit is intact, man. You ain't got no polyps or you know protuberances growing in your colon, man, because that can lead to cancer, and you know that's one of the leading causes of death for black men. I think it's in the top 5 causes of death for us. Neoplasms. You know, so go get your shit checked out. But you know,
yeah, I'm straight.
Yeah, that's cool, man. You know,
I'm straight. Came out clean as a whistle. Clean
I
as
hear
a
you,
whistle.
man. That's some good shit
You know what
right
I'm
there,
saying?
man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta.
So,
I know I'm being theatrical today, man. I got my sound effects, man. You know, I don't ever use them and shit. You know what I mean?
So,
well,
I just wanted to say real quick before we get into you know what we about to do here, just for anybody that's you know under any sort of anxiety or you know nervousness about going to do that. Let me tell you something. You won't even remember it. It's not one of those things you're gonna go in and you're gonna have all this pain and suffering and all. Bro, I swear to God, I didn't even know they did it. I swear. So go get it done. When you get time in your schedule, just go get the shit done. And the earlier you do it, the better off for you. Shout out to John Jones. He said he's 30. He got it checked early. Good shit. If you're 30 or anything past that, most people say wait till 50. Don't wait. You know, we lost Chadwick at 42.
yeah, for
You
sure.
understand what I'm
sure.
saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, man. So, you know, look, man, what we're going to do is get right into it, man, you know, because these things could extend to hours and hours. For some reason, they're supposed to be short and relatively, you know, truncated in nature, but they always seem to expand to fucking 4 or 5 hours and shit. Now, I'm not trying to do that today, man. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to introduce the series, The Short Bus Saturday. I did a Short Bus Sunday. I did a Short Bus like Thursday or something like that, but I want to keep it on Saturdays where I do this like around about 3 o'clock or even a little earlier on a Saturday or something like that. You know what I mean? Don't know if people going to really join in on it, you know, like they do on the weekdays, but fuck it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But let's get right to this shit, man. You understand? So let's just get right to the shit, man.
People say, oh, relationships are tough. No, they're not. They're only tough when one person's working on it. Two people can move a couch real easy. One person can't move it at all. If you're in a relationship, let me try to help you right now. Rule 1, stop competing. Her success is your success, and your success is her success. Number 2, there is no equality in a relationship. It's like, we equals. No, you're not. You're both there to serve. You are in the service industry, okay? You're in a band. And when you're in a band, you have roles that you play in the band. Sometimes you sing lead, and sometimes you're on tambourine. And if you're on tambourine, play it right. Play it with a fucking smile. Because nobody wants to see a mad tambourine player.
What's your reaction to that, man?
I fucks with Chris Rock. I agree to the extent of him saying there's no equality. I agree with that, but his explanation didn't make sense. He said, you're both there to serve. That would be equal.
Right.
That would be equality. If you're both there to serve, but no, there isn't equality in a relationship. There's always going to be one person doing more than the other.
Right.
Period.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
But I think his point is he's coming up with an ideal. I mean, reality doesn't always match up to the ideal, but you'd always should strive to, aim towards the ideal. I mean, the ideal is do your part, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he used the illusion of the, or the analogy of the couch. Like it's like one person moving the couch is difficult, but if you get two people to move it, it's easier. It might still be heavy, but I mean, it's easier. You know what I'm saying?
I understand. I understand his overall point. You know.
So, but think about just like what recently happened with this Ebony chick, man. She's like, shit, I want a motherfucker who, got extra cash, and women like,
Oh boy.
what they bring to the table, and then you got like men also co-signing the fact that women shouldn't even bring shit to the table at all.
And nigga gotta own the bus. Go buy. I go buy a bus, bitch. I go buy a bus tomorrow. They sell buses out this motherfucker. I go buy a bus tomorrow. Does that give me the pussy?
No,
I just need to know.
You know that man. Look here, man. You know what I'm saying? That shit. That the whole point was in her mind, blue collar motherfuckers is beneath her, dog. Bottom line, bro. You already know how that goes. Right. Blue collar niggas are beneath her, bro.
Blue collar.
But she don't.
niggas.
To me, a lot of people saying how pretty she is. She ain't even all that pretty to me, dog. I'm just
She's
keeping it a
alright.
buck. Yeah, she alright, man.
She's
she
alright. Not ugly.
she what Kevin said. She's an adjustable, a six that's an adjustable.
Pretty would not be the word I would use. Pretty.
She ain't
You
pretty.
understand what I'm saying? Not
She ain't
pretty.
sexy. She ain't sexy or pretty.
She's got the sassy thing about
she's
her.
not
but
sexy, bro. She's
pretty.
not.
No, I didn't say sexy. I said sassy. Like she got the sassy thing about her, but other than that, I mean,
She alright, bro. She's
She
alright.
she's all right.
You know what I'm saying? And she is,
She's all right.
the old gray mare ain't what she used to be, bro.
Right.
The old gray mare just ain't what she used to be. Ain't what she used to be. She ain't what she was, bro.
Did you see that article where she got dumped by the white dude because she was mad that he quarantined with his children?
Wow. That's crazy, man.
She like, oh, I need to be number one. You want to be number one over this man's children.
Well, bitch, why don't you, I don't know, was he with his ex-wife while he was quarantining with his children?
Something like that. But my thing is, look, these are the chicks that have be quick to tell you that them and their kids is a package deal and their kids come before you. Right?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
now
yeah.
you have a woman saying she need to be number one over a man's children. So don't date single dads then, bitch.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
Don't
Yeah,
date.
for sure,
You know what I'm
for sure.
saying? Good for the goose, good for the gander. Don't date single moms. Hey, don't date single dads if you want to be number one.
There you go. Hey,
There you go.
there you go, man. Let's get to the next one of these motherfuckers, man. We don't
No
want to spend
doubt.
all day on one.
I get a call from a private number, so I'm like, hello. She's like, hey, it's B, and I'm like, shut the up. B called me directly, private, because I can't have that number. So she called me and she says, hey, I had an idea, and I think we should change the second verse to radio. I wrote a song that's first called Radio. So we should change the second verse to radio. I got a few ideas, but I need you to go to the studio and change it because I have this is a hilarious story, by the way. I said, she said, I want to change it. So I booked the Satai. It's available now. You could just go down there and change it because I'm in the studio tonight and I'm gonna do it. So me being moron, I say, oh, my mom's in town. I was getting ready to take her to dinner, and she paused. I have the studio at the Satai tonight. I need you to get down there and do that. I said, okay, thank you. I'll be there. I'll be there shortly.
Yeah, that one I'm familiar with. I've seen that.
Thoughts about that?
Yeah. Just for anybody watching, he's talking about Beyonce.
Yeah,
Okay.
if he's talking about Beyonce. So Beyonce told that nigga, you better get your ass in the studio tonight. We working on the second verse of my record, Radio. With
Shut up,
Sasha
nigga.
Fierce.
Shut up, nigga. You work for me, nigga.
Right. Don't give a fuck about your mama in town, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Get your ass to the studio, motherfucker. And he was like, well, you know, my mom is, I was about to take her to dinner. Like I said,
Right.
you need to get to the studio because I'll be there at 9 o'clock, motherfucker.
Your mama will understand, nigga.
What you think about that shit? Like, that's like, first of all, like, I thought women were so attendant to, you know, the needs of their moms and their parents and all of this kind of shit, and they were so nurturing. Like, how you just gonna adjust the motherfucking schedule? Like, you gonna be here when I say. And then, what's up with this Rico? His name is Rico. What? I forget his last name.
That ain't Rico. That ain't Rico Wade. That don't
No,
look
it's
like
not Rico Wade. His name is Rico though. Rico, producer, Beyonce. Let me look this shit up. Rico, producer, Beyonce. Radio. Rico Love. That's his name. Rico Love. That's him right there. Rico Love. Thank you, Toya. Appreciate that. Appreciate your help right there. But I mean, look, I get it to a certain extent, especially if it's money tied into it. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's bread, you know what I'm saying? But this motherfucker already, man, you know how many hits this nigga got, man?
I mean, I don't know how much money is attached to that. I see both sides of it.
Yeah, I see both sides too. But goddamn,
You know?
if it was a nigga, would you just be like, yes, sir, I'm gonna be there right there, sir? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just keeping it a buck though. Like
It depends on how much.
it,
It depends on how much money attached to that, man. I mean, you know, moms will have to wait. I don't even know if I would even said that to Beyonce. Now, of course, I'm not him, but it's Beyonce, bro. Like, I heard a story about Redman was supposed to do a record with Dre, and he said something to Dre about him not being able to make it, and that's all you got to hear. We don't have a Redman Dre record, right?
Right.
So these people, man, it's like, okay, if that's a stream of income, and you getting money with Beyonce, and you don't show up to the studio, you put your mama first. Now you ain't got no more business with B or anybody who she tells not to fuck with you. So
Yeah, I get it. But this, okay, let's look at this shit.
mama gonna have to chill. I'm real talk.
So he done made records for the City Girls with Cardi B. He done made shit with Trey Songz. He done made shit with French Montana, A$AP Rocky, Brandy, T.I., Ludacris and Kelly Rowland, Young Jeezy and Cassie, Rick Ross, Fabulous, Mario, Mary J. Blige, Kelly Rowland, Nelly, Usher, Diddy, just he Pleasure P, Michelle Williams. So he got a lot of records. He's got a lot of hits. Fergie,
Right.
Carrie Hilson. He got a whole bunch of records out here. So, but I get it though. I mean, you know, business is business, man. I just don't like the fact. I just don't like the fact. I don't like to see niggas get ordered around like that though. I don't like it, bro.
He got his ass to the studio.
You know what I'm saying?
With all them hits you just mentioned, he got his ass to the studio.
Yeah, he did. He got his ass there though, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Next one, bro. Next one.
Tied to my mortgage. This is tied to my daughter's college. This is tied to me taking care of my mother. This is tied to my life because I'm in survival mode.
So what? So what? Who can't say that? Big deal. Don't write no book about that because ain't nobody gonna buy it because that ain't no story.
And I had a prenup. I had a binding contract with him that he's not willing to relinquish to me.
What do you expect?
What I expect is when I pray to be able to get some answers on how to deal with those things.
And you will when God gets ready because God does not report to you and you don't pay him. He's God. When he says wait, it just simply means wait.
Yo, shout out to the bishop for telling this delusional ass woman what she really needs to hear. I got all these bills to pay and I gotta take care of my mama. Shut up. Learn how to keep a man. You won't have this damn problem.
What you think about that, man?
TD Jakes be that nigga is the red pillingest preacher ever, nigga. TD Jakes be dropping a hammer on these chicks, man. You know what I'm saying?
Recently, he's been dropping some hammers on them, man. You know, because most of these preachers out here, man, they kind of like real light, light-handed.
They be pandering. That's what they do. A lot of these preachers be pandering because they like to keep them women in the front row. That motherfucker right there, he don't be playing. Like, people who know me know I ain't the most religious motherfucker in the world, but yo, TD Jakes be having them in their feelings. And it was Lisa Ray, so I was dying to hear like, what he about to tell her, like, oh my God.
So, man, I mean, he let her, he was like, so what? I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? You Lisa Ray, go out and get your own bag. Go ahead and take care of your own shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, this is my problem with women, man. You know, they ask for all this independence and this capacity to make money, and then they get married and shit and have like a temporary relationship with a motherfucker, and then all of a sudden they think they deserve like lifetime, benefits associated with some shit that they themselves made temporary.
Right.
Like, I don't understand how you've made the shit temporary. You've made a way to ease out of it such that you don't have a burden related to it or a duty related to it,
right?
But you still want all the benefits associated with the arrangement.
Right.
That to me is some bullshit. That's just how I feel about that, bro.
That's
my
like
thoughts on that.
Being at an all you can eat and still want to eat all you can eat after you leave. No, once you walk out the door, the buffet's over. It's a wrap.
I hear you. Well, shout out to Afro National, man. Give him a bomb for that, man. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your contribution, sir. Appreciate that. Let's go to the next one, man. Shit, let's roll through this shit, man.
I'm a regular looking black woman. And I always have to bite my tongue because so often it's those people who feel like they're just a tiny bit above you on the beauty hierarchy who be really trying to go in so hard. And I'm like, you're a regular looking black woman too. We're all regular looking. There's something so interesting about the way that we engage with the beauty hierarchy that people who believe that they're a 7.7 will say to me, you ugly, nasty, big nose bitch, you're a 7.2. Shut your fucking mouth, ugly bitch. I'm a 7.5. I'm like, we all in the same boat. Baby, we see each other. It takes a lot of restraint to not be like, you could be my cousin. What are we talking about here? Depending on the street corner you're standing on, we're rated the same. But I don't say that because that's not productive.
What is that chick talking about, bro?
Shout out to her for being one of the few women that'll say, I'm regular. You know what I'm saying?
But, I mean, but she, she's the woman. I think her name is what? Kim Foster.
Oh, I don't know her name.
No, I can't. You know, she has a blog. I can't remember what the name of the blog is. What's the name of the blog, y'all? Let me know, man, what the name of that blog is, man. For Harriet, that's the one. Like for Harriet, that's it. Let me look that shit up. For Harriet, her name is Kimberly Foster. That's her. Yep, that's her. Kimberly Foster. For Harriet, and it's she's a Harvard graduate, and she writes a black feminist blog. You know what I'm saying? So, but the whole point is like, lady, man, like, come on, man. It's some women out here, man, who got them yams and all that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
It sounds to me like she's saying, listen, I mean, she led with, I'm a regular looking black chick.
Yeah, for sure. But she's a little bit beneath average, bro.
She might be, but that's what she said. At least she's not calling herself a 10.
A bad bitch, yeah.
Right. These girls out here calling themselves 10s, but what she's saying is, you girls who look better than me, or you think you look better than me, you pretty much in the same boat as me, and y'all need to humble yourselves, right? So yeah, she might be a below average, calling herself average. You understand what I mean? But at least she's not calling herself. She recognizes that she's not a 10. We got too many chicks out here I just was on a Facebook post the other day. We got too many chicks calling themselves 10s, and then you go to the picture, and they look like Honey Boo Boo Mama and shit.
Do Magoo and shit.
Right.
Looking like Alice the Goon. Yangy.
Right. So my eyes are 10. I'm a 10. Ain't no motherfucking 10. 10 cents.
All I can stand. I can't stand no more.
You don't get your Alice the Goon I love Popeye ass up on out of her. But yeah, man, I guess shout out to Kim Foster today for admitting that she, ain't a super bad bitch. Because nowadays I saw some, they got shorts out there where, you got women like showing pictures of like morbidly obese women. And they're like, well, how do you rate her? Oh, she's a 10. And they got the guy and shit, you know what I'm saying? He got like 7% body fat and shit, you know what I'm saying? Looking like a fucking, Achilles on a Greek statue and shit. And then they turn around and say, oh, well, he's like a 5.
Yeah, he corn.
You don't get your bum ass out of here, man, with that bullshit. But that's the new. I mean, you can't give a Negro credit for nothing, or a man, but you can't give a man credit for shit today.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's how it go. But look, Afro National, another shout out. He says she's the epitome of average, and nothing wrong with that besides the fact that she don't accept she's average with her degree and all. Well, there you go. She's like, well,
she said it. I mean, look, I heard the name Kim Foster before. That's my first time putting a face to the name. Look, I don't know what she say other than that video. I just know that in that video she led with, I'm a regular looking chick. Regular average, kind of interchangeable. So if she act like a bad bitch on any other video, y'all need to let me see those videos. But on that video right there, her first sentence was, I'm a regular looking chick, and I'm gonna tend to agree. Yeah, she's a regular looking chick. Maybe a little bit below regular, depending on who you are. But
yeah, she regular. She regular schmegular. She
regular schmegular, degular, molecular.
She's a non-factor. You know what I'm saying?
For like regular.
What's one of them chicks from what's the name of that show, man, that they had, man? Let me see if I can pull up this bullshit clip, man.
What? Sisters or what was that shit?
No, it's
Girlfriends?
Basketball Wives. What she says.
You are a non-factor, bitch.
You're a non-factor. Anyway, let's get to the next one of these, man.
No doubt.
Get to the next one, man.
Be very careful what you say to a man who's in love with you. Because once he falls in love, his life is dedicated to you and the family that you're making together. So when you come home from work with tears welled up in your eye, and the man that's in love with you go, what's wrong, baby? And you go, Larry, From my jaw. That's all that brother heard was Larry from your job. Now he in the car with the pistol grip pump on his lap at all times, driving to your job looking for motherfuckers named Larry. You in the kitchen making a sandwich, listening to the news, forgot what you said, but you hear 3 dudes named Larry got shot at your job by a man with no pants on. See, that's your fault right there. That's your fault.
What you think about that, man?
I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. I think if a nigga going down to the job to shoot a nigga because his name got mentioned, he got issues. Ain't that much love in the world for me. I'm sorry.
Of course, but you get the idea though. I mean, the whole point, you know, the whole point is, I forget who originally made that song. Pistol grip pump on my lap at all times. I forget.
Oh, that's a reference. Oh, see, I missed the reference. Who said that?
Who was the cat that made that record, man? Pistol grip pump on my lap at all times. Pistol grip pump. Who the fuck the cat that made that joint, man? Who was it that made that joint? I can't remember who it is that made that shit, bro.
Oh, I can't remember.
I can't remember at all, man. I have no idea, man. I can't, can't. But the whole point is, he basically she's talking about proxy violence and how women could, conjure it up, man.
No, I think proxy violence is a little different. Proxy violence. What did she say that Larry did something to her? Like did some
it's like Larry. He, at my job, he did X, Y, Z. You crying and acting as if a motherfucker done hurt you or some shit like that.
Well, if you tell your man to go do something to Larry, I consider that proxy violence. That nigga taking it upon himself to go down there is some simp shit. That's the difference. I mean, you could look at both of them on some simp shit, depending on what Larry done did. Now, if Larry did some extra violation, I get it. But I mean, the shit happens. It's real. You know what I'm saying? I will say it's real. But when I hear that, the first thing I think of is, nigga run down to the, you know what I'm saying? Like, is niggas out here do that? So when she say, yeah, you got to be careful what you say to your man. Well, first you got to know who your man is.
Yeah, I think it's it ain't. It's
Chuck
some
D
West Coast
Cypress
motherfuckers that made the song, but but the whole point is, you got to be careful, like, because guys got that winter soldier chip in them, man, to where they will run down on another dude because of some shit a woman said. So she telling women, be mindful of this shit and be careful, which I think is a good message. Personally. Yeah. Volume 10, that's it right there. That's it right there, man. Volume 10, bro. Shout out to him, man.
Yeah, if you know your dude is off the hook like that, and that's the type of dudes these chicks look for anyway. These off the chain niggas that I don't want to tell him because if I tell him, he might go down there and shoot somebody. Like if you know you got that type of dude with the most lightweight of offenses, this motherfucker gonna go get the strap. Then yeah, you might gotta be careful what you say to your nigga. Yeah,
and then shout out to somebody who just K-Line who hit me up on the Cash App, my bro. Shout out to him, man, for that, man. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate it. Straight up. No doubt. Volume 10 made it. I'm pretty sure that's Volume 10 who made that song, Pistol Grip Pump on my lap at all times, man. I was born in the hood called What the Diff. That's how I start off. That's all I can remember.
That I recognize. I recognize that.
I was born in the hood called Bun B, but I think it was look, it was a little new group or some shit like that, but it is what it is, bro. Let's get to the next one of these joints, man.
Come on, Pops. Chicken salad is on. You want some bread or you just gonna get a spoonful? This is the love of my life. What do you mean?
You know, spice for whole stick. Oh yeah, it tastes right now. I'm ready. Yeah, that's really good.
That's good?
While you had a little sandwich, and I might as well have some nice tea and chips to go with it.
You want me to make that for you? I promised God I was going to see about you. So, here comes the sandwich.
Okay, I'm going to go just sit down there.
What you think?
Oh
about
my
that
God,
shit, man?
oppression! Oh my God, she a slave. That nigga's mister. That nigga got 2 hands. Why he can't make his own sandwich? Make his own sandwich. Mister, sister, make you on my mind. Ain't no mister.
Yeah, that shit crazy, man. You know, but I mean, you know, that's a woman. She cares about a man. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, she's not trying to put on airs and all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you know, you need to go get your own play. What the fuck is wrong with these chicks out here today, man? I don't know, man.
They got to get up early, 5 in the morning, get dressed, take a shower, get dressed, go out there, you know, do whatever kind of job, lift some heavy shit, stand in a place for 8 hours, 16 hours, or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? In the cold, in the heat, whatever it is you got to do. You get yelled at by your boss, all disrespected, whatever it is that you got to do, right? But then somebody, and you're doing that to get some money that's going to pay for some house, some lights, some heat, some car, all of this shit. But all I want is a motherfucking sandwich.
Hell no.
All I want is a sandwich. Get daddy a sandwich. A sandwich. Oh, I'm a slave. You want me to make you a sandwich? Bitch, I just came in from 16 hours of slaving. I bought the bread and the shit that's gonna go on the bread. I just need you to put that shit together for me. That's all I need you to do.
Right, true indeed, man. True indeed, bro. I get the point. You know what I'm saying? The point is, you know, damn, like can a motherfucker, like recently, it might have been about 3 or 4 years ago, man, where Beyonce and Kelly Rowland and Michelle, they wanted to sing the song "Cater to You" and shit, and they started to perform it, and then they got booed and shit, like,
right.
But like saying they was gonna cater to their man and shit, like what the, like seriously? So what you gonna see? This is the problem. Like these chicks want to be married, but then they want to be adversarial to their fucking husbands. Like what the fuck is the point of getting married then?
To show off.
You know what I'm saying?
It's status. It's a status thing. They get married for status. They don't get married to be wives to their husbands. They get married so they can wear the ring and stunt in front of all the other unmarried women. I'm married, you're not. I made it. Like it's like the nigga who get the pussy. They get the ring. I got the ring. Aha, I won. I won the game. And then 5-10 years later, they turn that motherfucker in, talk about they graduated.
That's just crazy as hell to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, but shout out to the brother who just hit me on the Cash App again. His name is D-Main. Shout out to that brother, man, who hit me up on the Cash App. Appreciate you, brother. And the Cash App does work. You feel me? That motherfucker still, it has the capacity to ring. You feel me?
Now, to the women who actually do all of that shit, if you do all that shit and you got a guy that don't appreciate it, you need to get rid of him just as fast as a nigga need to get rid of you if he's working double shifts and you can't make a sandwich. If you're bringing value to the situation, if you playing your role and the motherfucker ain't playing his, I don't give a fuck if it's a nigga or somebody with titties.
But this goes back to me what Chris Rock was saying. Chris Rock was saying, hey, man,
right,
we both got to serve.
Right.
It ain't like you just can be married and then all this shit coming to you. I can see a bitch like, I can see a woman like Lisa Ray, who for the most part would probably not do shit for her husband or do the minimum or do it begrudgingly. You know what I'm saying? Going through the motions, like throwing pots and pans around and, you know, like that woman was like doing some shit like, here, honey, taste this. How it tastes, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's the sort of shit you want, not a motherfucker in the kitchen like, bring your ass here. How you like this shit, nigga?
Because they think they niggas. That type of shit is beneath them. Like all the cooking and shit like that is beneath them now. Like that's you know, to them, that was the slave era. That what you just saw with the old lady, they look at her like Kunta or somebody. They look at that shit as the slave era. We don't do that no more. You understand? We get money now. They go to work and bust their ass for a white man, right? But they don't want to work for you, even though you're working for them, right? 9 times out of 10, you're going to die and leave them in the house. You go to your grandmother's house, what they call it, Big Mama house. Big Mama ain't pay for that shit.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Granddaddy paid for that shit. Big Mama ain't pay for that fucking house, but it's Big Mama house because Big Daddy dead.
Yeah, I did a video about that like 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But let's move on to the next one, man.
Yes, sir.
Dudes overseas not making 6 figures. Nobody's saying that. It's just be a good man. Some, you know, we talk about Mexicans sometimes. The woman makes more money, but it's still poppy. You know what I'm saying? There is a deeply rooted sense of men are necessary, men are valuable, right? So even in his mediocrity as a man, I still need him because when everything falls apart, I'm not equipped physiologically to really be able to compete in the world, but he is. Whereas in the West, what it seems like is not only are you not man enough, you're not none of the 6s. Not only are you not man enough, I'm more man than you. And I dare you to check me.
I'm more of a man than you are. You know, that's Ebony K. Williams right there, bro.
She ain't alone. She ain't alone. Damn. Ooh, look at that uppercut.
Ebony K. Williams. No, so I mean, you know, basically the guy was like, look, that's still poppy, you know what I'm saying? Even in like in a third world country or whatever, he might not be making a lot of money, but that's still poppy. I've had colleagues, man, like Latino colleagues, you know, that make more money than their husbands say they bring the money to the husband.
Of course.
And he still runs the household. Like, you know, like I make more money, but he manages the household. You know what I'm saying? That sort of shit. Like he handles all the financial affairs and shit. Can you see, like, let's just be honest about this. Could you see a black woman even considering being in the position to where she makes more money and then she like, okay, he's still the head of the household?
Well, black men and women are raised to believe that whoever makes more money is the boss. Both, yeah, because I mean, I go back and forth with guys who say, well, I can't have my woman make more than me. Well, nigga, what if she get a raise? What if she gets another job and makes more than you? So now you the bitch? Because income is so variable. That's such a variable thing to base who runs your relationship on.
Hey man, you know what you gonna tell them though, bro? What you gonna be like?
Yo, hey man, pull your skirt down, B.
I can't let that laugh play too long, or they're gonna try to hit me for a copyright.
I tell niggas all the time, listen, check this out. And I just said this on Doc Neil shit. Just keep in mind, gentlemen, all these passport bros that go down to Latin America, the women that they dealing with are married or they got men at home. They taking your money, your American money, and giving it to that man. Believe this. That man is at the crib chilling while they out there selling box. Now, if there's a woman here, she'd be like, nah, I made this money. I don't need you. But down there, they take that money and they go right home and hand it to that man. No questions. Because that man runs the shit. That's we together. You bring money into this house, hand it over. And you got women probably listening to this like, I don't know. But pet your dog, your cat, snake, turtle, whatever pet you have into your 60s, 70s, and 80s with that mentality. They go right home and give it to their dude. Now, of course, the first thing that'll be said is, well, he got to be worth it. Yeah, well, pick a nigga that's worth it. If a motherfucker malfunction, go somewhere else. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
But yeah, I get the point. You know, but my whole thing is, you know, like at the end of the day, though, you know, this whole thing about income, like to me personally, I did a whole show about this yesterday. You know, and my thoughts on it were, you know, you want these jobs, you know, you fought for these admissions to, you know, these slots in these professional schools.
Right.
Well, if you get them, and because the nature of jobs and positions at the top tier are competitive, then, you know, you're in the way if it's the case that you want a man to be able to provide what you're providing for yourself. You're in the way. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, like, I'm not asking for us to roll back the hands of time and to put women in aprons in the kitchen and have them barefoot or anything like that. If you want to go do that, do it. But you're going to have to change your whole concept of tradition. You can't ask for a traditional relationship when you're outside of the bounds of traditional role playing yourself. It makes no sense. It's contradictory. It's not consistent.
Modern women, traditional man. That's what they want.
Yeah,
you understand?
That's
because it's right. They, you know, they whatever money they make, they want to keep that.
Yeah.
It's their money. And no.
That's not how a relationship works, though. Like the whole point of a relationship is you take what you have and you throw it into the relationship. It's not about you anymore. It's about the relationship. That's how it's supposed to be. But anyway, let's not get stuck on this shit.
Yeah, community property, motherfuckers.
Right, bitch. What's mine is mine, and what's yours is mine. All that bullshit, you gotta stop it. All these chicks act like they fucking what's the name of that nigga, man? What they call his ass, man?
What, sticky fingers?
Yeah, sticky fingers. Motherfucking chicks act like they sticky fingers and shit. It's not gonna work, bro.
You doing the full cup?
You don't have to go by the book with every situation in your life.
The menu says medium, though, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
but I'm telling you this way.
Oh.
This is how I'm telling you.
Well, then.
Are you new here?
Yes. Today. Lucky me. I'm going to make you the best shake in the world right now.
Just do it because you're taking way too long. It has to be fast-paced. I want you to stop talking.
I'm Eric Casaburi, the CEO and founder of Retro Fitness.
Got the same eyes.
Jacqueline.
Yes, Eric.
The first thing that I took note of that was completely unacceptable was how you treated some of our members right in front of them.
First of all, you're coming at me saying that I'm disrespectful to members, which is completely false. Because, no, don't, like, seriously, I don't.
There's no answer you could possibly say right now to me, none, that is going to be acceptable.
Okay.
So you can sit here for 15 minutes and talk about this.
I won't, but okay.
Don't waste both our time.
Okay.
Because it makes no sense that you would treat someone that way. None.
What is that? Undercover boss?
Undercover boss, bro. Before you say anything about that, man, let me give a shout out to ICIP13. He says, "Peace, Doc. Keep the Saturdays going. It's the only way I get to hear you live." Shout out to that brother, man. And to Adam, he says, "Black households are mercenary. For enough money, they will betray even themselves. Neoliberalism has had an especially damaging effect on family." True indeed.
Mm-hmm.
True indeed, man. But go ahead and speak on that shit. Like, first of all, man, this is no disrespect, ladies, but this is what men would consider a bitch to be. Like, hold on, lady.
Mm-hmm. So
like,
she thought
it's a difference between being assertive and being an asshole. Like, a female asshole to me is a bitch. Not to say that there aren't any male assholes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what a female is, you know, that's what a female asshole is to me. It's like, lady, come on, man. Like, and then, first of all, you sitting there talking to the CEO. You now know that this motherfucker's the CEO. You've been caught abusing authority and power. So you're in a position to teach and to, you know, manage labor. But you can't do so in a nurturing and an encouraging manner. You do so in an insulting and a derogatory fashion. That's some bullshit. Go ahead, dog.
How many guys in the chat have worked under women with an authority position? And I hate to make it about that, but let's not play around. Like, women with authority positions, especially over men, where they have to, I guess, prove that, You know, they not the ones to be fucked with, toyed with, played with. And it's like you know, that right there, like all of that extra shit. And then she's talking to the man, knowing who he is, knowing he's the CEO. And I guess she's looking at it like, oh, I'm done, so I might as well
be the biggest bitch I can, you know.
Right. My
integrity is connected to my bitchiness, you know what I mean?
Right. So they, you know, yeah, so all of that attitude that she's giving them, like she's already finished, right? Already. It's like, damn. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we work under women, you know, sometimes black women, sometimes other women, you know, and there's this extra shit that they do to let you know like they're not some soft female. And they OD. And you know, I've worked under like a team of women in management, and they definitely show you know, favor to the women under them and shit on the men. Happens all the time. And nobody calls this shit out. Nobody speaks on that shit. But it happens all the time. They love getting a little title and then going ham with that shit. Not saying men don't do this. They absolutely do. But like, it's just notable. Like, yo, like when these chicks get a little title, they could be making a quarter more than you. But they gotta let you know who's boss.
Not a quarter, my guy.
Sometimes no, it'd be a quarter. I mean, I'm pulling that from my past. Like this chick made a quarter more than me, and they go ham. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had to embarrass a couple of shift leaders, managers, whatever little title they got. I had to embarrass them in front of some people. Like, fuck it, you can get me up out of here, but you ain't gonna play me. But
hey man, let me just say this shit, right? Okay, so look, a long time ago, directly after I graduated from undergrad, I started working for rallies and shit. You know what rallies is?
Rallies,
like,
okay.
Checkers, it might be Checkers.
Yeah,
in
the
New
burger.
York or some
Yeah.
shit.
Well, I'm on the West Coast, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, rallies, Checkers,
Or Zips. It all depends on like where you were,
like,
what it was called. But
it's
okay,
like
so I was
Hardee's Cars Jr.
Yeah, that sort of shit. But the whole
Right.
point is, so I'm hired, and I'm on the fast track to become a manager. Okay, so basically, you know, like eventually, I'm going to be in the role of a district manager or some shit like that. But before I can do that, I got to go through every stage of you know, working in the store, like a basic store. And so
Right.
they put you in one of the most busy stores, you know, like Grand and fucking, it was what, Grand and Kings Highway, I think, in St. Louis is where I was working at Rap.
Kings Highway.
Yeah, Kings. Well, we got a King. We got a Kings Highway, man.
Oh, the shit. That shit sound like Brooklyn. But go ahead, continue.
But the whole point is, so I'm working at Grand, and or was it Grand and Shoto? I can't remember. The whole point is, so I'm in this motherfucker now. You start off with fries and shit, you know, the hot greasy shit. Then they move you from that to burger tops, to actually running the grill. Then you run the register. Then they start teaching you, you know, all of this shit is like in 6 weeks. You gotta learn all this shit in 6 weeks. So next thing you know, I'm in a managerial position where I done everything. So now it's time for you not to worry about like doing busy work, but like how to manage and control and tell people what to do. You know, delegating duties and, you know, ordering people around. But personally, you know, I don't like to order people around. I like to give them, you know, assignments and then,
Right.
you know, measure their, you know, their productivity or the, you know, their excellence or, you know, their non-excellence, you know, just based upon me observing that performance. But man, I had some young, but this girl, man, look, I was young too. I couldn't have been any more than 24 years old. Okay. I know I was, you know, a young Gigi. It is what it is. So I'm 24. She probably like 17, maybe like 19. But she wouldn't take orders from me, bro.
Right. Right.
She was like, who is this nigga to tell me what to do?
I've been
Bitch,
there.
I am the assistant manager of the store. I'm I'm the assistant manager of the fucking store. I know I'm young or whatever the case may be. No, I know I'm not a 35 or 40-year-old assistant manager, which there are plenty of those out there in fast food. I'm a 24-year-old motherfucking assistant manager, okay? So do what the fuck I tell you. Man, I had to fire her, man, right there on the spot. Didn't want to, man. You know what I'm saying? But I had to, bro.
Check it out.
I fired her, and you know what? She complained. Oh, well, you know, I'm gonna talk to the manager. I said, hey, look. Like, first of all, like, okay, one thing she saw me doing, right? I was giving away free food. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
She told on me giving away free food. She was like, he giving away free food. He giving away shakes, and he giving away hot links and all this kind of shit. And little does she know, like, I'm on the fast track to management. One of the promotional, marketing aspects of the company is you can give away free shit to guests as a means by which to get them, like lured into certain products. So she thinking she getting me fired and shit. But it's the sort of shit that you got to deal with, man. I couldn't understand it at the time, but now in retrospect, I do understand there is competition going on.
Listen, now I've had manager positions at jobs. You know what I'm saying? And then I've run my businesses. I had a girl working for me in my studio in Midtown, and she would not take orders from me. And I'm the boss. There's nobody to tell on me. There's no person you could tell, hey, he did this, or he tried to make me do this, or, there's nobody. There's just me. There's just me. I'm the fucking owner. Okay? These chicks, they look at you like, nigga.
Right. Who are you to tell me what to do?
Right. Who are you? You're just a nigga. Okay?
You ain't the boss of me.
Right.
Man, look, one time I had a white girl, because I was teaching at a primarily white institution, right? And she didn't get the grade she wanted. So this is not just black women, but it's pronounced with black women. But this one little white girl, man, she wanted an A, but she just didn't get it. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so she fucking went all over the board, man, trying to get me fired from the job and talking to the chairperson of the department, crying. I mean, literally fucking boo-hooing in my office. I'm like, look, lady, I can't fucking take this, okay? I didn't tell her that, but I was like, look, I cannot deal with these tears, man. Yeah. Like, I mean, what am I supposed to do? Like, I'm like, lady, you got to get over this, man. Like, I can't, like, I have no sympathy for your tears. This is what you earn. This is what you get. I'm not going to shift the board in order to accommodate you because this is what you want, or that you have like a scholarship riding on it or whatever. I don't care, man. Right. This is the standards. You didn't, and the test that I was given at the time, I asked the students, look, do you want an objective test or do you want essay test? So objective tests are multiple choice, fill in the blanks, short answers, sort of shit, And then you have essay tests, which, a little bit more difficult because, you have to actually explain the material, and it's not a lot of questions. It's a specific question that, can randomly throw you off to the point where you just don't even know how to answer it. And so it could hurt you, it could hurt your grade. So the kids were like, well, we'll take a multiple choice short answer. And I made them motherfuckers tricky. I ain't gonna lie. I made them tricky. And so, like, if you didn't get an A, I'm sorry. What you want me to do? Like, I mean, here's your test. Here's the fucking test. What do you want me to do? Change the test? Because you cried? This is the sort of shit, it upsets me, bro. When I think about the shit that, I had to undergo in a position of authority. And I didn't even, at the time, I never even would consider being that insulting like that woman was in that clip, bro. Not at all, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
no way, bro. But anyway, man, let's get on to the next one of these, bro.
No doubt.
I think this might throw you off, though, if it's the one I think it is.
I have friends who guys will hit me up in my DM and be like, yo, put me on with her. put you on with her. This girl's rent is $8,000 a month.
Hold on. First of all, did I hear that correctly, man?
Yeah, you heard it correctly. I think I heard it correctly.
Rent. Look, did she say her rent is $8,000? Who the fuck
she live at?
has rent? This is how you don't do it, bro. This is what you don't do, bro. That's a failure, bro. That's what you don't do. But let's listen. Let's
Bitch living. She live in Bel Air. Go ahead.
Yeah.
That way, none.
I just had to rewind that shit. That shit crazy.
I have friends who guys will hit me up in my DM and be like, yo, put me on with her. Put you on with her. This girl's rent is $8,000 a month. Her bills, her business, her whole lifestyle. She's a boss. You already know that you're telling me to put you on with somebody that put you on with someone that you cannot even.
You can't even. You gotta at least match.
Wait.
But
vice versa.
Not even match. Absolutely.
But what I want to say is this, and we went, and I wanted to say this before, but I'm glad that y'all all said this because now you're gonna understand where I'm really coming from. See, let's take dating people's potential out of it, and let's talk about dating people's material, because that's the world that we live on, and that's the problem on why I made the mistake. You know what? You look like you don't have a 420 credit score. You have Christian Dior bags and you have red bottoms and YSL every single day, but you don't even know how to get it. Somebody gave it to you.
What you think, man?
It's some prostitution shit. Well, I'm not a woman. I'm not a woman, but for the life of me, I can't understand why women put those two things together. Oh, my rent is this, my this is this, I pay this, or whatever. Now, we get to the part where, okay, first of all, you paying $8,000 a month. Like, let's not even get to that. First of all, if you paying $8,000 a month, if you making your rent every month, what the fuck that got to do with me? I ain't about to move in with you, bitch. Right? But what I'm trying to understand is, okay, you pay $8,000 a month, right? So I can't holler at you because you pay $8,000 a month. What the fuck does that got to do with? Because she's like, oh, niggas say put me on to her. So in order for me to be put on,
I got to start paying rent immediately.
Right,
and shit.
Right. Are these like financial responsibilities that I got to take, control of or be responsible for because I want to meet Shorty or talk to Shorty? And this is the thing this is why chicks be talking about, I got this and I got that and I run my own business, but I'm single and I don't understand why.
Man, she must got them yams. She $8G's a month, boy. You know what I'm saying? She got an OnlyFans account and got them yams.
But you paying $8,000 a month. What the fuck does that have to do with me? I'm not throwing my haircut, my rent or mortgage or my car note and all that shit into the conversation, right? So, if I'm saying, yo, put me on a shorty, I'm not even throwing in what qualifies you to even fuck with me, right? Because believe it or not, women, there are qualifications. Okay, there are. So what I'm trying to understand is why chicks like that meme, the famous meme with all the bills listed, talking about don't send me the what you doing text. Like, are you selling pussy or what? Just sell box. And I say this shit all the time. Anytime you throw in a nigga face either how much your life costs or what a nigga gotta pay or what a nigga gotta do money-wise, financially to fuck with you, you are a hoe, okay? Just wear the title, okay? Just wear it. Okay, you are selling pussy. Pussy is for sale. I don't care if you ain't standing on the corner or not.
Motherfucker tell me they rent $8G's. I'm like this. I'm like motherfucking Craig, but like what?
Right. You are selling pussy.
Boy, you come at me, I'm gonna be like, what?
Right.
I'm gonna be like, hey man, stop it.
Well, you decided to get the $8,000 apartment. You decided to do that. You could have got the 3, you could have got the 2. You living somewhere where it's $8,000. That's where you living at. What the fuck does that got to do with me? That's why, that's why bitches be single. I'll pay $8,000. Bitch, you want to pay $8,000.
Yeah, I can't do that one, bro.
Fuck that mean.
Can't do that one. Let's go to the next one, man.
Nigga intimidated by my money. Go ahead, G.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
But I'm saying I can't come home to a full-course meal. What we married for? What we married for?
I'm not your mama. I'm your wife.
I just pulled a 13-hour shift.
Oh.
I just knew I was gonna come home and have some food on the goddamn stove. And now you playing, man. You been doing it for like 2 or 3 months, man. What is it? You don't pay no goddamn bill. I pay the car notes, the house notes, family trips. I was paying for.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Man, you know what?
I don't protect. That's what you're supposed to do.
Why? I can't get no food in the house then, huh? But I'm saying, I
Boy, that's a man. That right there, man, got me on some old.
You hear that sad music? They got the sad music.
Right, they got that, man. That shit right there is on that status, man. If that was me, man, I'd be like, hey, look.
That she was quick to tell us, Nick. Right. She told him that's what you supposed to do, provide and protect, nigga. That's your job. I don't have a job, nigga. Here's a slice of pizza. I don't have a job. You provide. Me being here is a privilege to you. Like you, the only reason you draw breath on this earth is to protect me and provide for me. Like your mother, she got pregnant and went into labor and delivered you for the sole purpose of protecting. That's some slavery shit. And now when we want to talk about slavery, that's some slavery shit. Slavery is when you're doing something for nothing. Okay, let's get this clear. That's what slavery is. Something for nothing. You making me a sandwich, I'm paying all these bills and I'm paying for trips and this and this and this. That's not fucking slavery. Slavery is something for nothing. Okay? You would, AG, you would never, I could never tell a story like that what we just watched. Never in my fucking life will you hear me she came home and I worked 16-hour shift. I got niggas on my Facebook page, right? I posted, remember that shit with a dude, he was at the table and the woman served him in a styrofoam plate, some bullshit. And he like, this is after he came home after a 16-hour shift. I had niggas commenting on that post like, well, that what he get. He should be happy that he even got that. Yo, what kind of self-loathing shit is that?
And niggas just got that in their hearts, man. You know, they feel like they supposed to bite it. You know what I'm saying? Eat it, bite it, yum, 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 yum. Remember that?
Right. Fuck all that shit, man.
Ooh, bite it. Supposed to bite that.
Right.
Supposed to take that. Take that, take that. Take that like Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Fuck. Hey, bro. Look. It's a two-way street, man. If you want to receive benefits, you want to receive love and service, then you got to give service. It's just really, it ain't that difficult, man, to understand. But like this whole idea about you supposed to provide and all that shit, that's what you supposed to do. Like, where is that shit coming from, man? Like, bro, man, I'm done with it, man. I'm going to the next one, man. That shit, yeah, I'm going to the next one.
When black people kill black people, they don't come out and do this crap. The only time they do this crap is when a white person touches them. They're the racists. They're the racists. It's wrong for a white cop to kill a black person, that's for sure. But if it matters, it should matter at all times. So what are you fighting for? It's a violence problem. The blacks kill blacks in black neighborhoods every single day. I've never seen a Black Lives Matter in those neighborhoods. Never. But if a white person kill a black person, Black Lives Matter. Stop the hypocrisy. Nobody takes this seriously. That's my point. Violence is wrong, period. It's not about blacks. You agree that whites kill whites too, right? Have you seen any white person coming out and saying white lives matter? You can't say blacks are oppressed. I am black, I'm not oppressed. I am free. Like, I do what I want. You have the skills. This is a country where you have the skills. You want to do what you want. You do it. Stop forcing on people to accept that they're oppressed. They are not. I am not oppressed. I am black. Black use black more than any race. Where's the Black Lives Matter?
So why don't you go?
You
Why don't
start
you
your
start?
kids at home.
Why don't you start?
I'm not carrying anything saying Black Lives Matter. I know I matter.
Why don't you start?
You really want to do this one, bro?
Go ahead.
You sure?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Give me your opinion. But we ain't got to talk about it all day. We ain't gonna take an hour to talk about it.
I am black. You are black. I am black. Let me tell you something. First of all, you know, you already know the FBA 80 shit is coming. You already know that. That's number one.
Yeah, I can understand that. I get it.
Okay. All right. That's number one. So anybody that's in the chat, ADOS, FBA, you know what I'm saying? Black American, y'all already know where I'm riding with that part of it. I'm from Flatbush, Brooklyn. I'm surrounded by Caribbeans. They talk a lot of shit. I love my Caribbeans. I fuck with my Caribbeans, the ones who sympathize and empathize with Black Americans. All right. Let me say that first. It you know, to an extent, it don't even matter if I say it because motherfuckers is gonna get in their feelings, is gonna get in their feelings anyway. But for the people who can understand English, I'm gonna say that, right? But Black people kill Black people and they go to jail. We don't have an injustice. See, this is not just about a murder issue, it's about injustice. Injustice means when Black people kill Black people, they go to jail. When white people kill Black people, they go to fuck home. Okay? They go home. They go the fuck home. And that's the difference. This isn't about protesting when Black people kill Black people because those Black people get punished. So anybody who wants to talk about, and we got a lot of motherfuckers in the manosphere that jump out their ass and talk about when niggas kill niggas, when niggas kill niggas, the white man throw them in jail. Okay, so I don't want to hear shit. The white man throw them in jail. Okay, but when white people kill Black people, I feel threatened. I feel for my life, or this, that, and the other. Or 20 years ago, he smoked a blunt, or he got you know, a theft on his record when he was 12. All of this type of shit comes out when white people kill Black people. If you ever did a crime in your life, no matter how big or small, that shit is going to be held up high for all to see in the media. You're a white boy, you kill somebody, they're going to be talking about how promising your future was and how they surprised that you did some shit and all this other bullshit. When Black people kill Black people, they get charged and they get time. And white people do not, for the most part. It's very hard to convict these motherfuckers when they kill Black people because they always try to create some sort of narrative, okay? Now, I don't expect people from the continent or from the islands to understand that. And to be honest, I don't give a fuck. Shut the fuck up and mind your business. Because as much as she's talking about I'm Black and I'm Black and I'm Black, no, you wave whatever flag for whatever country, whatever little island or whatever country on the continent you come from. You don't call yourself Black. You didn't call yourself Black before you got here. You called yourself Nigerian or Jamaican or Trinidadian. You wave that flag. I'm from, like I said, I'm from Brooklyn. I see Labor Day. Motherfuckers wave their flag in your face all day. So don't claim Black when it's convenient. The fuck out of here, man.
Yeah. So I knew you was gonna go. You know, I know you're one of them diehard FBA motherfuckers, and you know, kind of
not diehard. Listen,
don't get excited. But let me speak my piece, and then I'll give you the opportunity to speak yours.
Absolutely.
And you know, but we ain't gonna stay for 15 to 20 minutes on this shit. But
no.
You know, but my whole thing is, you know, like with this lady in particular, right? Without introducing, you know, the whole, you know, fuck holler at your colonizer argument. You know, my whole thing is, lady, like, what the fuck are you upset about for one anyway? Why are you overreacting to this white lady about Black on Black crime when, first of all, let me just say this, right? I say this, and let me make it clear, okay? There is no nation state anywhere in the world that is free from crime and violence. There's
Right.
none. There's no nation state where there isn't murder or there isn't violence or there isn't robbery or theft, okay? Everywhere in the world this exists, okay? Even like countries like Iceland, Denmark, and Japan, which have relatively low crime rates, they still have crime rates and they still have violence, okay? It's just a feature and a function of human beings to commit acts of violence, okay? Now, there are some reasons why you got black people who do this kind of shit, right? Now, one, I think, is internalized inferiority or oppression, where, you know, people who belong to marginalized or historically oppressed groups, even like Africans, they've been colonized, okay? They've been subjected to humiliation and so on and so forth. Maybe not in the exact same way as black people in America,
Yeah,
but they've
definitely
undergone
different.
they've undergone some sort of oppression. Okay, but the whole point of the internalizing negative stereotypes and attitudes about people who are of African origin or descent, remotely or, you know, recently. Okay, the whole point is that's some white shit. That's the internalization of inferiority. And then also, you got exposure to biased information. If you live in a European country or a Western country, you're going to constantly be bombarded with, you know, cultural narratives that explain black folks or people of African descent in America specifically as, you know, inherently violent, problematic, subcultural, or, you know, cultural deviants or things like that. The next, you got the desire for acceptance. Okay, so you got this. Some black folks, for some reason, man, they want to be loved by white people, man. I don't understand.
It's not a mystery, but go ahead. I'm
It's just-
listening.
to me,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, you want to when I see this phenomena, I'm like, okay, then I start thinking dee 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 dee. It's like start tap dancing and shit for white acceptance and white. You want a pat on the back from a white person. Like personally, I've never understood that. Okay, then you have ignorance. Okay, which is a lack of knowledge or understanding. Okay, and the reason I say this is because most crimes are proximity crimes. You're always going to see more crime within your own group, or intra-racial violence is going to be more pronounced than interracial violence. Now, if you want to understand the preponderance of evidence that explains why there is so much black on black violence, first of all, I say, we don't like ourselves. We live in poverty.
How about this? Thank you for that. Number two. Go ahead.
We don't like ourselves. We live in poverty. We don't know how to handle or resolve conflicts without, taking it to the extreme, because the conditions under which we live are so pressure filled. Especially if I can't say this for all blacks, but if you live in the ghetto, in the hood, people are already on edge. It's like, like you remember that Florida Evans meme, like the damn meme.
Right. Yeah.
You can look at people. I know this is a fact about New York, because New York is a fucked up place in some areas. I ain't gonna say all over New York, but there are some places in New York that's like, wow. Like, don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head.
You talking about the Bronx.
It's like a jungle in this bitch. Broken glass everywhere. It's like, man. I know what it's like to be, because I'm from Northside St. Louis, man. And like Kossuth and Fur, man, it's fucked up. Abandoned buildings. Used to be 40-ounce bottles till they outlawed them. Shit, glass all over the place. Needles, hair weave and shit all over the place. It's like, god damn, man. The environment we live in is like a rat trapped, you know what I'm saying, inside of a cage. And you wonder why people like explode in anger. You got people living on edge. You're dealing with people who really actually don't have a lot of money and resources, so they're on edge about that. So it's a lot of factors. Then you got black men who really actually don't have an outlet. You know, young black boys, man, we're not taught how to resolve conflict. And we don't have ways to sublimate. And what I mean by sublimate is taking a negative thing and channeling it through something different, like sports. Like that's if you have to know, if you need to know, the sports is a way to sublimate warfare. It's a form of control and manage warfare without actually resorting to warfare and killing itself. Okay? So you get to play out, you know, the same kind of shit that human beings would do if it was like life and death stakes, but now it's not. So, you know, like all of that energy gets through catharsis purged in that manner. Like that's not happening. Like there's not a lot of organized sports for us and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of kids, man, raising themselves, no mentors, no role models, and the promotion of this kind of culture and shit, like the gangs, man, it's out of control, especially in places like Chicago. It's like that in New York. It's like that in St. Louis. You got young kids, man, they're lost. And they don't have like older people really managing and directing their activities, man. And so it's fucked up out here. But I just say the whole point about, well, you know, like black folks, you know, like we have no problem with this. Man, we do have a problem with this. And like you said earlier, dog, like if a nigga kills a nigga and they find out who did it, that nigga going to jail. He ain't gonna get off. He ain't gonna just be able to sit at the crib. They gonna send that nigga up the river, dog. I done seen it several times, man, with cats in my neighborhood who they'll get on some dope or something like that. They'll go rob a store and then it'll get fucked up. They'll kill somebody. Them niggas gone for 100+ years, bro.
So let me address somebody in the chat. Somebody named Marcus, right? He says, why is there very little violence in trailer parks? That's his question, right? My question to Marcus, and before I address any of the stuff that you said, G, my question to Marcus is, have you ever been to a trailer park? That's my first question, because niggas think that the absence of shit on the news means the absence of it occurring in real life. So if we show you enough shit that black people are doing on the news, that means that shit is out of control. But if you don't see any white shit, any white violence, any white drug use, any white domestic violence, any of these things on the news, then that means that it's not happening as much as it is. Okay. I've lived in a small white town and I've been to the trailer park and I know what happens there. There is heavy drug use there, heavy meth, all that shit is up there. Everybody got guns. Motherfuckers shoot each other. They kill them. They murder children. They murder their wives. They commit suicide. I've seen it. Okay. So this idea that, you know, when you go into these white spaces, mind you, right? Mind you, when you go to black areas where people have money, the crime is very low. The crime is very right. When you got black people with education and home ownership, the crime is very low.
Yeah, so you know, like, look, dude, I'm just gonna keep it a buck, nigga. I'm from Meth Row. That's what Missouri is, bro. That's like, you know, like the TV series Ozarks is about all that meth shit.
Right.
Bruh. Where I live is meth. Where I'm from. That's the meth mecca. Southeast Missouri type shit. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, I'm talking about white people with no teeth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like white people, man, who will fuck their sisters and shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like white people, man, they got talk about pistol grip pump at all times.
White people kill the most police in America. Let's get that out. White people kill the most police. This out of you know, the black dudes doing this, doing that. White people kill the most police. White people are on welfare. You go into the South, that's what you see. Okay. See, what I'm tired of is niggas seeing all the crime in they fucking hood and thinking that every place where there's black people, this is what's going on, and that every place where there's white people, people are sharing sugar and lemonade stands and, you know, baking cookies and shit. Most of America has millions of the most degenerate white folks you ever want to see. Most of America. Stop looking at the Wall Street white guy with the suit on and the comb over. Most of North America is filled with degenerate, bum-ass white people who don't got it like you do. And that's why Trump became the president.
So anyway, look, I don't want to get stuck on this, but just suffice it to say, look, man, put it this way, man. You know, like, everybody's violent in the world, man. Like, you want to talk about violence amongst white people, like right. White people are non-violent. Like, okay, fuck, y'all fought each other over this landmass. The French fought the Portuguese, fought the motherfucking French, fought the Spaniards. Right. Over this fucking landmass. Y'all went to wars. You got like history of wars. You got history of rape and genocide. But now you want to sit here and talk about some shit that like is actually a feature and a function of social decay within the urban environment in the United States that can easily be rectified by actually investing in the infrastructure and in the lives of your own fucking citizens here, man. Come on, man. Let's just keep it a beam, man. I don't really, you know, like, I don't know if this guy's a white person or like a conservative black person who
He's a conservative black dude, I'm sure.
You know, like he likes to suck white people's dicks or whatever, or, you know, do the daffy dance. I don't know. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know if you're daffy dancing or you're a white guy. But whatever the case may be, bro, you know, go ahead and keep thinking that white people love you, man, and keep, you know, genuflecting, you know, where your knees hitting your neck for white folks, man. We don't do that around here, so.
One more thing. World history is white imperialism. Okay? World history, not American history. World history is white people taking over other people's shit, taking people from places, taking them somewhere else, and colonizing and killing people and shit like that. And these same coon ass niggas will call white people great for those things. They'll call them great for those things. You understand what I'm saying?
Man,
they'll call them great.
Bro, the history of how the West was won, you know, like the gangs, like the mafia, the Russian mafia. I mean, even the Asians, the triads, the Yakuza. Like, come on, bro. Cut the fucking chicanery out, man.
Right.
Everybody in the world, every race displays decadence and violence. Now, if you want to continue to articulate the subculture, you know, the subcultural deviance theory, and, you know, you can go ahead and do so, man. But all I'm trying to say is, man, you know, what side are you on here, man? And then even if it is pronounced, what is the origin of it? Is it just that niggas are substandard? What's the cause and what's the sources? What are the reasons? I don't want to spend too much time here, so I'm gonna have the last word on this. You know, at the end of the day, what is the cause? What are the etiologies associated with high rates of violence in any community? And when you come back with an impartial and an objective perspective on that, one that's informed by criminology and sociology, then we can have a conversation. But if you just want to say niggas ain't shit, well then, you know, I'm saying, hey man, go ahead and go fuck with the white folks then. Why are you even in the black manosphere? Go fuck with people who are more culturally evolved. Why fuck around with niggas who, you know, like we sitting around with plates in our mouths, you know, on our lips and shit, banging on drums with fucking bones in our noses? Why even fucking associate with us? Go fuck with them people, man. Real talk. No disrespect, but go rap to them motherfuckers, man. Go kick it with them people, man. No disrespect even to them, though. But like I got a lot of white friends. I'll tell them the truth.
Oh, all day.
I'll keep it, you know, we'll keep it a buck. But see, like the white people I know, they got sense though. You know what I'm saying? Like most of the people who are white that I know are highly educated. They got like terminal degrees and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, man, let me keep pushing through this shit. We got like 4 minutes of this.
Right, let's go.
So that femininity thing is tough though. We're not, because it's, I feel like we're not allowed to be too feminine anymore because we're picking up slack for men. So it's like I gotta be half guy and half girl.
What slack are you picking up from your man?
Women are going to work every day, paying half of the bills every day, and then we gotta come back home and also do everything around the house. And so then that's when I get mad.
A woman that has kids, right, and she's working multiple jobs and she's paying all the bills for her household and she has kids, she never uses, well, I'm working, I can't be a mother, I can't be a nurturing, like she never would use that as an excuse. So I don't know why all of a sudden now, because you work and because women have fought for equality and now y'all work in the household, now we can't be feminine. When y'all go to y'all employers, right, y'all know exactly how to turn on that switch. Y'all don't never give y'all employer no attitude, y'all don't give them your ass to kiss, no nothing. But y'all feel the need to turn that switch off with your man and be able like, well,
you gotta put up with this shit.
You gotta put up with this shit. But when I don't go to work, I know not to talk to my employer like that. I'm very much in my femininity when I talk to my employer.
He murdered that. He murdered that. That shit that he said, oh man, that's a dope ass point. He said, y'all don't use y'all jobs to reduce your responsibility as mothers. Like I don't have to be a mother because I'm going to work. Oh my God, I'm going to work. I'm making it. So when you come home, you tell your kid, oh, I can't be a mother like that because I'm out working and working and work. I'm single mama. I can't mother you. Right? Is right. Is all these points to reduce whatever it is that they owe to their man. And furthermore, black women been in the workforce for a long time and still came home and was submissive. This, and we talking about, back in, what is this, post-slavery, right? Post-slavery time, black women had jobs and they still came home. They brought money home and they still, played a position in the household. What I'm trying to understand is, if you got to go to work, all of a sudden you're what they say. See, words like I'm in my masculine energy. So that means your feminine energy is sitting on your ass and doing nothing. That's what that means.
Bullshit. Hey, bro, that's bullshit, man. Look, let me just say this, right?
Mm-hmm.
The traditional gender division of labor, where men are expected to be the primary breadwinners and women are expected to stay home, is outdated. Bottom line, and well, they did it right. They're the ones who demanded that they have access to jobs and and openings in professional schools. It's them. They're the ones who wanted to, you wanted to break the spheres or to blur the spheres, because at one time there were clearly defined spheres of activity in America, especially for white folks. I won't say that those spheres existed for black folks because they didn't. Okay. Black women have always worked. I got videos like with Brenda Verner and shit like that. And, Shahrazad Ali kind of detailing and explaining like why black women have always worked. Because, they were slaves. Okay. And then after that, they were exploited by systems of sharecropping. And then after that, they were, like domestics and menial laborers within white women's homes. So they always, they had to work. Okay. It was a social function to kind of denote their social status that they had to work for white women, and that they couldn't just so-called quote unquote rest in or bask in their femininity. But
their white femininity. Say it that way.
Okay. But also one of the arguments I've always made is that like poor white women have always worked as well. Like
absolutely.
Like just keep this shit a bean, man. Like white women came to the Americas. Like I had somebody respond to one of my videos earlier today, and one of the things he said was like, well, didn't Irish white women come to America as indentured servants, and didn't that kind of make them like, vulnerable to abuses and shit like slaves? And I'm like, first of all, like Irish women weren't the only indentured servants, but they were, okay? But there were male indentured servants from Ireland too, as well as from England or, and France and fucking Portugal. You had a whole bunch of different fucking indentured servants from all over Europe, okay? You had African indentured servants over in here, okay? So, and also you had Spanish, like indentured servants. So, they're from all over, okay? Now, my whole thing is women were in this bitch working as fucking indentured servants, meaning that they were doing what? They were fucking working. They weren't resting in femininity like a fucking mistress on a slave plantation. They weren't able to fucking kick their feet up like the Real Housewives of Atlanta, the version that would be like a century and a half year old. They weren't thumbing through, you know, like advertisements trying to figure out like what the fuck they're gonna buy with their husband's money or some shit like that. These chicks was fucking working. They was baking pies and serving motherfuckers and washing clothes and doing all other kind of shit. Okay? So this whole notion that women get to just sit back and live a life of leisure, human beings recently have begun to be able to enjoy leisure in ways that they've never been able to do so before. We have like modern appliances and shit like refrigerators. We have microwaves, dishwashers. We have running water. We have supermarkets and Walmarts and shit. Like these things did not exist 75 fucking 100 years ago. Then you didn't have air conditioning and shit like that. You didn't have elevators, airplanes, television, radio. This shit is recent, bro. Like when take 100 years away from it, all this shit is gone. 100 years. You didn't have a fucking birth control pill. You didn't have fucking sanitary napkins to put into you, you know, like your genital area, so you know you wouldn't be bleeding all over the place. So I mean, there's a lot of modern conveniences that open up leisure for us, and we're still not fucking satisfied.
Don't say we.
I'm saying, look, in general, I think, you know, some of the problems that apply to women apply broadly or more broadly, but I won't get into it right now. But at the end of the day, man, I hate to see women argue in behalf of something and then throw that back in your face like you the one that asked for this shit.
Yeah.
Now after asking for the right to work, now you're saying that this makes you a bitch. This sits you in bitchiness.
Let me tell you, in 1971, there was an article written. I did a video about it. It's called the Cinderella Complex. This video is still on my page. In 1971, a woman wrote an article about what she called the Cinderella Complex. The Cinderella Complex is pretty much women fought for feminism so they can get into the workplace, so they can earn money, not to pay bills, not to pay mortgages, not to pay for anything, you know, towards the household or, you know, anything like that. They wanted jobs so they could make money and not have to ask their man for money, right? So they can go out and spend their money on leisurely shit like, you know, new dress, new bag, new shoes, whatever. This is 1971. I did a whole video about it, right? These women, again, this is why you got women who they'll make all this money, but they'll still look for a man that's making double their salary because they want that guy to take care of everything that they pretend that their money's supposed to take care of. But they want your money to take care of all of those things, and they want their money for them. This is called the Cinderella Complex. They just didn't. Women felt like, damn, if I want the new bag, if I want the new this or new that, if I want this or that, I got to ask my man, and I'm under the mercy of his yes or no to whether I can have this or not. Okay. Google this, the Cinderella Complex. Okay. It's real shit. Okay.
I just Googled it. It's some woman named Colette Dowling.
Right.
In 1981 wrote a book entitled The Cinderella Complex, Women's Hidden Fear of Independence.
The article is about 10 years earlier than that. Okay. So right. So she did that, and she was basically talking about this idea that these women, think about all the degrees women get. You go to school, you get a loan and all this, you get all this degrees and this and that and the other. Now, when a man does this, he's doing this because it's a matter of life and death. Like his social status is connected to his degrees and his income. Women do this shit for fun. They go to one degree, they figure, I don't want to do this shit no more. They go get another degree, and these motherfuckers be in school for 10 years. Get into this and that degree based on, you do 4 years. I don't think I want to work this degree. I want to try this degree. And they're professional students because it's the idea of, I'm educated in this and that, or I'm a career woman and this and that. So they get to play around being a nigga. You know what I'm saying? They get to play around with man shit, whereas men have to be men, right? Because it's cute.
I get it. So,
it's cute,
yeah,
right?
So the idea is that, you know, they have like options and they can get bailed out, whereas a man, so a white woman can go to school and get a professional degree and still marry a wealthy motherfucker and be like, okay, I'm chilling.
And the other thing about this, real quick, I'll make it short, is that black women are jealous of the life that they think white women are living. They think that their idea of white women is that they're sitting at home, you understand what I'm saying, eating bonbons like Peggy Bundy, right? While a man go and do all of this wild, crazy shit, because black women's idea of white men is that they all live in the 1%. All white men, and some of these cool niggas think that too. A lot of niggas think white people are like 100% of the white people are the 1%, right? And that's how black women look at it. They look at it like, yo, I want to live Miss Ann's life. I want to live that life. And if you can't do this for me, then I can't be feminine. Bitch, fuck you. Period.
Well, shit, say it more emphatically, bro.
Yeah.
You know what it reminds me of, man? I'm trying to find it right now. Eddie Murphy, Undercover, White, and Bus.
Right.
You remember that shit? Where, like, okay, yeah. Eddie Murphy, man, is a white guy, and he's going around, all around, like, different parts of the fucking New York or whatever the case may be. Right. And he gets on a bus, and there's some black people on the bus. But as soon as the last black person gets off on the bus, then a waiter comes out, starts serving everybody white champagne and shit like that. Like, come on, man. Like, let's keep it a buck, man. The world is not. Look, I'm gonna show this shit right now. That's not. It's not how it is, bro. Look,
you better pause and play that shit. That's, you know what I'm saying.
Hold on, I'm about to show it right now. Chrome
I remember
tab.
that. Yeah, I remember that shit.
White like me.
That shit
Can
classic.
you see that?
Yeah,
oh, it's so small though.
Do a full screen on that shit.
Let me see. Let me make this motherfucker full screen, bro. I want to make this motherfucker full screen. There it is, right there, full screen. Now you might not be able to hear it, but you might be able to hear it. So,
you got it on mute.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
There was only one other black man on the bus. He got off on 45th Street.
I remember them buses. Yeah, the server. Yeah. Crazy.
Look at this shit.
The problem was much more serious than I'd ever
Let me get rid of this shit before they cut off my stream, man. I mean, the picture is motherfuckers think that like white folks are living high off the hog all day, every day and shit like that. Like, look, bro, I went to school with white motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, males and females, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, these motherfuckers are working too.
Right.
It's like everybody white is not like in the higher echelon of professions either. Like, when you think all these white, like, do you motherfuckers actually go back and forward to work? Like, you'll see white women in their cars going to work, bro. Like, just pay attention. The next time you go to Walmart, see how many white women are working the fucking checkout lines, shit, and holding, you know, like the lines and looking at receipts as you exit the business.
Right, lowly shit.
Go when you go to Applebee's or like TGIF Fridays or fucking, you know, a wing store or some shit like that. Look and see if there's any white women around that motherfucker.
Yeah, they act like
we act like they're not fucking working. Like they all
Right.
just sitting, resting, and basking in white femininity and shit. Man, they out there busting their ass, paying their car notes, paying their cell phones, taking care of their kids, and doing all that shit.
Yeah, or all the white women working, I'm
not saying
corporate jobs or some shit.
Now, Crown Prince, look, I'm not saying that white people don't have advantages. We well aware of them motherfuckers having advantages. Some of them do, okay? But like, let's just keep it a bean though. Even with the advantages these motherfuckers got, they go to work, goddammit.
People forget white people also have to compete with white people, right? Understand, okay, they have advantages compared to us, but in parts of the country where your black ass don't exist, you think all these motherfuckers are living high on the hog? They got to compete with each other. That's why I say, a lot of niggas ain't been nowhere in the country where there's nothing but white folks. Y'all got to go to where there's nothing but white folks. You be in your nigga reality, seeing a few white people in authority positions, and you think that that's the whole country. It's really not. You go into spaces where there's nothing but white people. You got a few white people that run shit, and everybody else is a fucking degenerate. I'm telling you.
All you got to do is take a road trip and travel through America and see the white women working cash registers at gas stations and shit.
Right.
Working as waitresses at diners and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like, bruh, I'm not trying to give a pass to white people and say they got it hard and all this kind of shit. All I'm saying is, them motherfuckers got to work too.
Now, some of them do got it hard. Yo, bro, I've seen I've seen white poverty, bro.
It exists. All I'm trying to do is say I'm not trying to just give them a pass.
No,
altogether.
No.
But I mean, but I am aware of white poverty, and I think it needs to be addressed as well. You know what I'm saying? Because
no, fuck them. At the end of the day, listen. What the difference is, if they want to throw on a suit and leave that impoverished area that they're from, and go somewhere else and act all educated, they can do that. But a lot of them are simply degenerates. Like degeneracy and blackness is not a pathology of blackness. You understand what I'm saying? You got to, bro. I've seen, the dirtiest, dingiest. I'm telling you, and they think they're better than you. I've seen it. You look, me living there, bro. Nobody can tell me nothing. I've seen the
for sure. I get it. You know,
right?
The only thing I just think in broader systemic ways. I'm like, look,
absolutely.
At the current moment, like my viewpoint on it is, I'm more like Adolph Reed. Recently, I've been kind of watching Adolph Reed's videos and shit. Like, if America would spend more time focusing on like lifting up the economic floor for everybody, even white folks, because it would have to start with them, because shit ain't gonna change because we make it change, because they're gonna try to find a way to circumvent the shit, like they always do. So until they start to raise the quality of life for the average, middle class white American, right? You're not gonna see too much change or impact in our lives. It's just not gonna happen.
The only final point I'm gonna make, and then you can like I said, take the last word, or move to the next thing. In spaces where there's only white people, they got to compete with white people who are better than them. There's no black person to oppress or put behind them. There's other white people. There's spaces in this country, this US, where ain't no niggas at. I know that's hard to believe, but there's places it's no niggas at, and there's white people on the bottom and white people in the middle and white people on top. And them motherfuckers that's at the bottom of that white space, now it's merit-based, motherfucker.
Bro, look, man, one day I had some colleagues, man, taking me to a steak restaurant, man, in Texas, man. And bro, when I say I was the only Negro in the area, bro, I was getting nervous as a motherfucker. I'm like, God damn, it ain't nothing but white motherfuckers up in this bitch, man. And it's like, like these motherfuckers look like some redneck ass white. Not that, I'm not used to it, but like, man, it's like, it kind of fucked me up, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
and homie said about 7 states. Understand, states are big, and you got towns with no black people. I didn't say there's states with no black people. Well, there are states with no black people, but even with states with black people, there are whole towns with no black people. Look, I travel. Niggas don't. So I ain't finna argue with niggas, but go ahead, G.
Yeah. We're gonna go to the next one, bro. Fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Alice, can you cook like this?
Oh, no. Oh, I never learned to cook like mother.
In other words, if a man's gonna be around you, he'd have to learn how to eat them TV dinners, huh?
Cooking isn't everything, Fred. If a man really loved Dallas, he wouldn't care if she could cook or not.
That's right, Pop. Young people don't care nothing about food. Love is more important.
Yeah, well, I give a marriage like that 1 month.
Why?
Because that's about enough time to spend and get fed up on eating TV dinners and eating pork and being in love. And I'll tell you another reason why it won't work.
We'll talk about that some other time.
No, I want to talk about it now. See,
Fred,
another reason why...
I said we'll talk about that some other time.
You don't tell me what I can talk about.
Red Fox, boy.
You don't tell me what I can talk about in my own house.
Fred, hey man, Fred is undefeated, man.
Right,
Bottom
Fred
line,
fucking
man.
Sanford, bro. Fred Sanford and George Jefferson, baby.
Fred is undefeated, man. The lady said, "Don't tell me what I can say. I told you we'll talk about it later, Fred."
Yo,
she
put some stank on it.
Fred was like, "Fuck that shit, man. I talk about what the fuck I want to talk about when I want to talk about it." You know what I'm saying?
Bitch.
So Fred is undefeated, man. I just thought that would be a nice little,
that shit is crazy.
something to put in there.
No doubt.
Are you okay with multiple women? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Do you feel like that comes with this successful CEO? I haven't, because that's what they're saying.
Is that not what he said? I'm trying to cook with what the we agreed to. If we agree to monogamy, I don't care how many are on your. If that's what we agreed to, that's what I expect. So
no matter the success.
No,
And
not if that's what we
understand that comes with it. I understand that women come with that. I understand that. But like she said, if we agreed that it was me and you, then we agreed that it's me and you. And if you can be disciplined in all the other areas in your life, you need to be disciplined in that too. If you can be disciplined and make sure you make that bag, you need to be disciplined enough to not cheat on me or to tell me if you want another.
Come on.
That's the agreement we signed up for.
Come on.
First of all, I can't stand that nigga.
Man, I don't like him either, man.
So understand this, right? I'm not that mad at what she said. I'm not.
Yeah, I ain't that mad at it either. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Now, understand this though, right? You can agree on some shit, but just you already know how real life play out. If you fuck with a nigga that's in high demand, that motherfucker gonna be in high demand. Like, to be honest, like, what I don't understand is why chase. It's like the dude that's chasing the super bad chick, right? Now, I've had some super bad chicks, okay? That shit is high maintenance. It's like getting a Ferrari or one of them type of cars where if something break on that motherfucker, you're paying like tens of thousands of dollars to get that shit fixed, right? Now, I understand their point of view. I really do. If you agree to some shit, if you know what I'm saying, we getting into a relationship on the premise of whatever. If you say, look, you fuck with me, I fuck with other bitches. That's why one thing about me is I keep it 100. I've always told the truth. Look, this is what it is. I swear to God, you can ask anybody. Brandy, if you're still in the fucking chat, you tell these niggas, I've always kept it real with women if I fuck with you. But I understand where she's coming from. Let it be what we agreed on, right? But just understand, women, when you chasing that nigga that's all the way up there, y'all can agree to that agreement gonna get broken.
Yeah, well, put it this way, like if it all depend on like how long the nigga been in that position too. Like if let's say for example, you got a young nigga, this nigga 26, 27 years old. He's a brand new athlete and shit. You know what I'm saying? His dick get wet, you know, hard when the wind blows and shit. Right. And his bad bitches just constantly coming up to him. Come on, man. Like, I mean, what do you expect? You know, this nigga's a rock star. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, not to say that you gotta tolerate the shit, but like, let's just be honest about it. This nigga got bread to blow, bro.
But I
you know
think they know
and
it.
chicks, chicks they run to fame and fortune like moths to flames, bro. It just is what it is. Like, I mean, nobody's saying it is right or whatever the case may be, but that just seems to be a feature and a function of what men do. But women do the same shit.
Right, but check.
No, women do the same shit. These the only thing that gets me fucked up about this whole conversation is women like being in uproar and outrage, outrage, talking about male infidelity when like half of these motherfuckers, they don't even know who their baby daddy is and shit, man.
They will upgrade. Man. They will upgrade on your ass. Don't let a nigga have a bigger car, bigger pocket, bigger dick, whatever, right? They will upgrade on your ass. Secondly, I think it's a strategy. I think that they know that it's a function of dealing with that type of dude, and they know that it's going to come. They figure, okay, let me fuck with this dude. In about 5 or 10 years, the nigga got side bitches, and that will be your exit strategy. I think that for a lot of them, they know that it's a function of the relationship, and they use that to be out once they're grandfathered into that bread. You understand what I'm saying? They know that that's what you're saying, man. It's a strategy. Yeah, it's a strategy, right? But again, the same way that these dudes in high demand, these chicks, as soon as they see a nigga that's doing better than that nigga, bigger than that nigga, because the girls that's chasing that high, there's another conversation. I think it might have been on Dude channel where the chick was like, dude was like, oh, y'all be going for niggas with the bigger bag. The chick responded, well, don't let another nigga have a bigger bag than you. Don't let another nigga have a bigger bag than you. So you gotta have the biggest bag ever.
Hey, bro, at the end of the day, man, nigga, I kind of agree with the lady at the beginning in terms of like if this is what we agreed to. I'm not Simone B. Let me just. No man, like, look, no disrespect, but she's like, she cute on some days, and some days she just not cute at all. Okay, that's just Simone. Be Simone. I'm not trying to be ignorant about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest about it.
Not be ignorant. Be ignorant.
Some days she's cute, and some days she's not. Okay, like she's not. If she is an adjustable 7 or 8. She's high, like she's got to go through an ornate process to get her there. Okay, it's a lot of steps to get her there. Okay, so my whole thing is, I don't know how BGS ranks women, but she wouldn't rank very high. She ain't high octane. Okay, you're still like at the 87 gas range. You know what I'm saying? You might not be 85, but you're around like 87. So. Right. Like niggas with big bread and big bank, they ain't gonna be like, oh, be Simone that bitch. Ooh, look at her. They not gonna be like that. Now, if she injected some silicone into her ass or something like that, got her titties done or something like that, and got a nose job, she might be, higher in the ranking. But as it stands, I'm just saying, like, cats is like balling out of control. They gonna be like, man, she a regular smegular chick, man.
What do a nigga, like she talking about, not her, but these girls be like, don't let another nigga bag be bigger than yours. Don't, like, if my bag is that big, what makes you think you will be on the list?
Exactly.
What I'm saying?
That's the point I'm making. But let's push it. Let's push it. Let's push this shit, man. Yeah.
Y'all want to know why men are not vulnerable to women? I'm going to tell you why. It is because, first of all, nobody gives a shit about a man's emotions. That's first of all. A lot of women don't give a fuck about a man's emotions. So when you get into a relationship with a man, I'm not saying all women, but most women in this day and age, when they get into a relationship with a man and they want him to be vulnerable, show emotion, the minute he gets vulnerable and he tells you what hurts him, what makes him sad, all this shit, y'all be using that shit against him. So why the fuck would a man do that? Why would he get into the next relationship and be vulnerable? For what? For y'all to use that shit against him? Because the last thing on your mind is your man's mental health, which is insane. Because that's your partner. You're supposed to love them and be there for them. And y'all don't be doing that. It's always me. Oh, I'm depressed. I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. What about him? What about him?
That's the angry man. Look at check him out.
Angry man, baby. Angry man.
So yeah.
Go ahead. You want to take it first, or you want me to take it first?
You know, I'll take it first because you're probably gonna be more long-winded about this shit than I am.
Nah,
you know,
not at all.
My whole thing
Okay.
is, man, like, look, women say that they want men to be all kind of different shit, but no, they don't. They just want some money and they want traditional shit. They don't give a fuck about your emotions, man. Like, it's not only will they use it against you, what you said, like if you're vulnerable, but they just don't give a fuck. Like, they think like you're hogging up the emotional space if you talk about problems you got.
So let me make it clear to everybody listening. Translations, right? I'm gonna give you some woman speak. When women say they want you to be emotional, or they want you to be vulnerable, or they want you to be sensitive, right? Or any of this type of language, emotional, whatever. They mean to her needs, her issues, her problems. They never mean open up your shit to them. This is I want ignore me at your fucking peril. Okay? When they say these things, what they mean is be sensitive, be vulnerable, be emotional to their issues, never to yours, to their issues. Okay? There's very few women out, I'm gonna tell you, very few women out here, even the women that will listen to you, after a while, they're gonna get annoyed listening to your shit. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
right.
They
I don't
get
give a
annoyed
fuck.
by it because they're obsessed with their own feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So at the end of the day, like, you ain't the only one that got shit going on. You ain't the only one that's going through something. It's like, damn. Like, I had a partner tell me a long time ago. He's like, man, if you ever got a problem, don't tell it to a chick. Man.
Tell me,
especially your chick. Tell it. Talk to one of your homies and shit.
Talk to the homies. Talk to the homies.
Yeah, if you got a problem and shit, you feeling any sort of way about something, don't fucking talk to her about it. Just don't, which is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be like that because, I mean, you got to think about it. Like, throughout the course of a lifetime, everybody, whether you're male or female, are going to encounter issues. You're going to encounter emotional issues, psychological issues, financial issues, violence-related issues. Like, I mean, you're going to get into squabbles with niggas. You're going to have to go to war with niggas. You're going to be involved in competition with niggas. You know what I'm saying? And the last thing you really want to do is to, be in competition, and then you got to fucking compete also with, your lady, and to try to determine whether or not she actually on your team. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
right.
It's a fucked up landscape, man. Let's push to the last one of these motherfuckers, though. I'm getting tired of talking. Shit. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? But let me shout out Troy Warren. He said, support your scholar and distinguished guest. Show you right, man. Appreciate that, my brother. Show you right. I think somebody else might have hit me up along the way in here. I'm not quite sure. If so, it's been a while since somebody actually has. And I apologize if I missed you in any way. Yeah, it's a lot of chatting, man. So I'm not going to go try to filter through all of this. But shout out to the people, man, who support the Green Gorilla channel, man. It's really actually greatly appreciated. And all of you deserve some honors, man. Really, really. Thank you so much. But last one, man.
Should men get involved in household chores? I'm going to start off with Brother Mahdi, inshallah. So, do you have 1.5 minutes? 1 second. So, you are totally against it?
We live in a time in the West where the average household requires 2 incomes. Although we would love for the man to be the sole breadwinner and for the woman to be at home and so on, the reality is, especially in this hyperinflationary environment that we live in here in the West, that most people need 2 incomes to run the house. So at a minimum, the guy's going to be working full full time, maybe a bit extra, and his wife's going to be working part time or doing something. If she is contributing meaningfully towards the household expenditures, then it's not unreasonable for her to expect her husband to involve himself in some type of chores.
Oh man,
what say you?
Look, man, listen. Yo, look. How much hours am I working? What am I doing? How much am I paying? Like, first of all, there's a myth going around that men don't do household chores.
Exactly, man.
There's a myth.
There we go. See, that's
Like-
the shit I'm looking for right there.
Like,
man.
the only thing to do in the house is cook and wash some fucking dishes, and that's it. Like, who takes out trash? Who fixes shit in this motherfucker? Like, who does all the manly shit that your ass can't do in this motherfucker? You open a jar, get some shit off from high up and all. There are things that men do in the house that are considered off rip men's responsibilities in the home, aside from paying bills. I'm talking about household chores that are delegated to fucking us. Okay. All right. So let's start there. But you know, like, aside from that, you know, it really depends. It varies. It's hard for me to say who should do this or this and this and this. But you know, Miss KP Bailey says she'd never seen men not do housework. Absolutely. Like this,
man, look,
right. Jump on
I'm
it.
that's bruh. If that ain't the biggest motherfucking red herring, you know, argument, or like a straw man argument, it's an argument that's utilized in order to prove and to demonstrate what? That men aren't doing their fair share?
Right.
Bullshit. At the end of the day, man, it doesn't even matter if a nigga does housework. If that chick, man, don't want to fuck with you and she feels like things aren't fair, which means, you know, like, if she ain't yoked with you, she gonna make a problem with you anyway, dog. Like, at the end of the day, man, niggas is cooking, niggas is picking kids up from school, niggas is washing clothes, niggas is mopping floors, niggas is sweeping, vacuuming, niggas is wiping toilets down, niggas doing all kind of shit. Niggas cooking. Like, if you live by yourself and a man, what you gotta do? You gotta cook, don't you?
Right.
If you're a man and you live by yourself, you gotta wash your clothes, or what, you gonna take the motherfuckers to the laundromat and have somebody fold your drawers every time you need, you know, some clean drawers?
I mean, whatever.
I mean, if that's what you want to do, you can do it. But
Right.
me, look, dude, it ain't shit. I got a washing machine, bro.
Same here.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna outsource my washing needs and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna eat out every day, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna tonight I'm making Cajun chicken pasta. I got the motherfucking meat marinating in the refrigerator. When I get done with this shit, I'm putting them motherfucking chicken breasts on a motherfucking grill, and I'm gonna fry them bitches on that grill, that flat grill, for 5 minutes to 6 minutes on each side, till that motherfucker reaches 175 degrees inside of that chicken. That shit is marinating, nigga. I got the Alfredo sauce already motherfucking in a jar that I'm gonna put some motherfucking Tony Cacheray in till it tastes real nice.
Right.
You know
Shout
what I'm
out-
saying? It is like I'm not going out to eat. Now I will go out to eat every now and then, but I'm not gonna go out to eat every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know how to make shit for myself. Not to say that if I got a lady over or something, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I will make the food. Like, I got a fryer, nigga. Like, if I want some hot wings, nigga, I'm not going to Buffalo Wild Wings and no shit like that. I'm gonna get some Louisiana wing sauce and some ranch or some blue cheese and fry that shit myself. If I want homemade fries, I'm gonna motherfucking make the fries, cut up the potatoes my goddamn self, or if I want them more, store-like or whatever, restaurant style, I'm gonna buy some frozen shit and cook it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's what I want. But I'm trying to stay away from fried shit anyway. But the whole point is, it ain't shit to cook. Niggas cooking all over America.
Right. Shout out to Brandy. Brandy, go ahead.
Look, Brandy, look. Hey.
No, I was gonna shout out. That's my homegirl right there, Brandy B. That's my homegirl. She comes out here to Vegas. It's her and a bunch of my people. They come out here to Vegas every year. Brandy, type in the chat how I get down when y'all come out this way. Just type it. I ain't got to say too much. Just type it.
And niggas,
Let
niggas
the
I know,
motherfuckers know.
niggas I know be cooking like on the strength to just demonstrate the love that they got for the motherfuckers they around. And really, cooking is not necessarily a feminine activity anyway.
It's serious. It seriously is not.
You know what I'm saying? So like me, I know how to cook red beans, nigga. It takes me 3 hours to cook red beans. I gotta soak the motherfucking beans. Like my shit tastes like Popeyes. You know what I'm saying? I gotta soak the beans overnight. Put some kosher salt in the shit. I gotta get a fucking ham shank or some salt pork or something. I gotta fucking, cut up the motherfucking andouille and shit. I got to get Trinity and, put garlic in it and fucking let it shit takes 3 hours to cook, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't just cook it. It's not microwavable, dog. You know what I'm saying? So like the whole point is you cook the shit, you gotta cook with love, man.
Listen, my people come out here, niggas wake up to breakfast, okay? And tell them who washed the dishes. Tell them who cleaned the kitchen after that shit is done, right? That's me all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man. Like,
and to me, it's a sign. Like, look, to me, I have never had an issue with getting in the kitchen, man, and getting it in. You know what I'm saying? He said, drop the addy so I can get a plate.
A plate, man. You talking some shit.
But shit, that's what I'm making tonight. But tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna probably end up making, some like chicken burritos. You know what I'm saying? Like I love that shit. And then I use the little ranch, the hot little secret sauce and shit like that from
right.
I forget what company makes it, but I keep the shit in the refrigerator. It's like it's one of the dressing companies, you know what I'm saying, that makes like ranch and blue cheese and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Or I'll make the shit myself. You know what I'm saying? All you need some sour cream and some motherfucking, some milk and some mayonnaise and some shit and some spices. You make your own sauces, man. But the whole point is niggas gotta cook. But women doing the same shit, they mad that they have to do labor. They just don't want to fucking serve it to you, bro. And that's the issue, because if the woman is single and she's by herself, she got to do what? She got to cook for herself, don't she? She got to fucking clean her house, don't she? She got to wash her clothes, don't she?
For some reason.
She got to mop and all that shit. I mean, you would assume that she's got to do all the shit that she's saying is too much for her to do. If she's by herself, she got to do the shit.
Right. For some reason, everything that they task men with doing, whether it be, because they talk about they don't want to do 50-50, but they pay all the bills living by themselves. Everything that they have a problem doing, right? Everything they have a problem doing is only in the context of the man they with. Outside of that context, they don't have a problem, submitting to their boss. They don't have a problem paying all the bills. They don't have a problem cooking and this and that, as long as it's not for you. These same women will make all these dishes and this and that for the auntie birthday and this one and that one for the baby shower. They come with these big, aluminum foil trays full of big macaroni and cheese and chicken and all this other shit. But they can't do that for their man because somehow the context changes into servitude or slavery. And it's crazy how that works, right? Oh, by the way, Brandy, I got the cinnamon waffle box that I showed you yesterday. I got the box, okay? So we got the cinnamon waffles on deck, all right? But yeah, it's just crazy how that works, that the only person who is disqualified from this benevolence is your man. And they wonder, why am I single? That's why your girls love you and your family and you do all this shit for everybody else, but your man is the only one on the list that's disqualified from this treatment. And it's crazy how that works. They bring big ass plates to their job, for motherfuckers that work there that don't even like them. They bring all that shit there, oh, I just made some shit at the house, I figure I'll bring it in and offer plates to everybody that they work with, but they man can't get none of this shit.
And that's just crazy. That's fucked up. Like
it's crazy.
And this, I don't know if it comes from white women, because I don't think black women used to be like this prior to the second wave of feminism. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, prior to the Civil Rights Act and all this kind of shit, like even during Jim Crow, like our marriage rates were damn near like 90%. So somewhere the shit went downhill. And you know, I don't know, man. Like, and niggas wasn't on the hog then either. It wasn't like niggas all of a sudden, you know, like just lost it, you know, lost the step. Because, I mean, you know, I'm pretty sure a black man doing Jim Crow, you know, like they had their issues. I mean, you know, we wasn't all just, you know, living in squalor and filth. But the whole point is, we wasn't like at the top of the food chain.
Men are out here working themselves to death to get houses, to pay car notes, to pay tuition, and all these other things just to die so that their kids and Big Mama can call that house Big Mama house. And they can enjoy the rest of their lives, and he in the ground. And this is why I opted out of that life. But this is what men are out here doing. And then they come home and got to argue and eat off of paper plates or eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and slices of pizza. And it's disrespectful. It's disrespectful.
Yeah, that's like, you can't, like, but women feel like it's, long as it's serving you, it's a problem. But then you got to ask yourself, what's the use of partnering up with a motherfucker in the first place? Like, if it's the case that you're gonna take an adversarial or a competitive type of position with your partner, that's right. It's the exact opposite of what you're supposed to do in a relationship. It's fucking stupid. I put it like in the following way. Imagine that you play for the Lakers and shit, and I'm Shaq, and you Kobe. And y'all fighting instead of, like, it happens in real teams, but they fail if they don't come together. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole point. Right. Imagine though, like, I'm playing the game and shit, and I'm going up for a layup, and then this bitch comes like Rodman and shit trying to block me from making a fucking layup. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm trying to score. This is our fucking basket right here. That's the one we're supposed to be defending. I'm going in for the motherfucking easy layup, and you acting like motherfucking Mutombo trying to smack the ball out of my hand. Because you don't like how I did it. You don't like I should have handed you the ball. Who gives a fuck as long as we score?
Right.
Like, if it's your turn to score, score. But if I got an easy basket, I done seen chicks get mad if I get a raise and shit, like jealous, mad as a motherfucker, like what you mad for?
Right.
That I'm your fucking partner, I'm getting a raise. Why are you pissed off? You got chicks out here like literally jealous of their own fucking partners, their own significant others, jealous.
Right. But if they make more than you,
get that, bro. Like, I can't understand how you can be upset that your own fucking mate is coming up. Like, that don't make sense. Like, if you coming up, that means that they coming up with you, right? Shouldn't that be like what they think like? But the motherfuckers don't think like that.
I mean, the only thing I could think of is maybe they scared you can now afford more bitches
to pass them out. Yeah, you gonna go get a chick with bigger, fatter ass and a cuter face and a nicer rack. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I mean, you know, my whole thing is, bro, look, I'm a pretty loyal dude. You know what I'm saying? I ain't a perfect guy, but, you know, like, I don't need to go out here and fuck a whole bunch of different chicks. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't necessary for me. The only thing I ask for is some fucking respect. And you know, I don't drink anything now, but if I am drinking, like, don't tell me I can't drink my little brews and smoke my cigars. That's the only vice I have, really. Is drinking beer and smoking a cigar, but I haven't drunk a beer in a hell of a long time. But don't tell me what the fuck I need to be doing, especially if I'm more. This is like the Fred Sanford shit. Like, if I'm already making more money than you, I'm more educated than you. No disrespect, but I don't use that like as a way to make women feel inferior or nothing. But I'm just like, look, why are you hounding me about what the fuck I need to be doing when what the fuck I'm doing is working pretty well.
Right.
But no, you can't let a nigga just do what he doing. You got to offer up all kind of motherfucking objections and talk about why what the fuck I'm doing ain't adequate enough. And if it ain't adequate enough for a motherfucker like Jeff Bezos, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, Chris Rock, Fucking what? Kevin Hart, for crying out fucking loud. All these niggas, man. Tyrese Gibson, Dr. Dre, Andre. You know what his name is? His last
3,000. Benjamin 3,000.
Andre Young. Benjamin
Andre
3.
Young, okay.
Yeah, but the whole point is all these high Emmitt Smith, all these so-called high echelon niggas with bread out the ass. It still ain't good enough for them. For some of these chicks, man.
Well, you can't be over them, and then you can't be under them. See, I pointed this out some years back. I said, you know, it's funny that women will complain that men make more money than them, but then they'll complain that men make less money than them, right? If you make more, then you're oppressive and there's a power imbalance, and you know you're controlling, right? Even though they're attracted to men that are powerful, they're attracted to power, right? But you can't use power. You're overpowering me, right? Right? Or you know, it's oppression, it's this, that, right? But if you make less than them, we already know how that goes.
Yeah, bro. You know, look, my thing is, man, men have never married women solely for their resources. Unless they homosexuals or some shit like that. But I mean, you know, most motherfucking, you know, guys are like, that's my down ass bitch right there. You know, she fucks with me. I rock with her. You know, we ain't got a lot, but we gonna make it happen. Most black men anyway. Like, most men in general, like, are not like, well, she better have a degree. Like, these standards that these women are using. I thought Kevin Samuels told these chicks a long time ago, like, we don't give a fuck because you're not going to spend that money on us. No way. You don't feel like you should have to.
Look, there's no way in the world I'm going to be cohabitating with a woman who's making more money than me. And I don't give a fuck if you make more money than me. If you're making more money than me, your ass is kicking in. And if you got a problem with that, then you can walk. I don't give a fuck.
Like that one chick, I did a show, man, another short bus, and the chick was talking about 50-50. Like, they really actually believe, like, first of all, women ask for this shit. They ask to go out and get money so they, you know, that they can have more control. I guess that's what the point was. Like, if they didn't work and have their own money, then they would have to be at the beck and call of a man, because the man would kind of piecemeal give them money like an allowance and treat them like children or some shit like that. So they demanded that they be able to go get their own bread and not be treated like children. But now that they're able to get their own bread, they still demand that men give them bread.
Right. They still demand to provide. But you are taking up the slot in a competitive market.
Right. In order to do what? And at the end of the day, man, all this shit really, for when it comes to black men and black women right now, I think it's about bragging rights and pecking order. I said this shit the other day. I think it's about bragging rights or a pecking order. It's about who got the most sauce. Who like a person like Ebony Williams is superficial as a motherfucker. It's about like what appearances, what things look like. Oh, I got this. Look, I'm making this money, and here's my title, and look where I work, and look at this. You know, like, look at my car and all. Man, at the end of the day, don't none of that shit really matter. What matters is the peace that you got with the partner that you with. To be fucking honest, it's poor people, man, that's happier than a lot of rich motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, all I can say is, man, you know, we've reached the impasse with these chicks nowadays, man. There's some weird shit going on out here, man. But you know, these are old shorts, in fact. So next Saturday, I'll be back. You know, if Marcus would like to join me again, you're fucking damn sure welcome. And you know, right now, please give Marcus some love if you can hit him up on the Cash App or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Hit him up, because you know, he's been demonetized again, as far as I know. If I'm, you know what I'm saying?
They smacked me again. And y'all know Saturdays is my night, man. I will, sorry to say, I will not be on the night. No Saturday Night Live tonight, but y'all know how I do Saturday Night Live. Keep It 100 channel. You know what I'm saying? But there will be no Saturday Night Live tonight. I know, you know, for some people, you know, the people that really give a fuck, they like, motherfucker. But yeah, I will be back on Saturdays. You know, I had my procedure yesterday. I'm still you know, getting past that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Yeah, no Saturday Night Live tonight, but you know, I'll be back at it. Coming
For
soon.
sure, man. You know, but show Marcus some love if you can. Show Keep It 100 some love. You know what I'm saying? And you know, most of y'all who watch my channel know, you know, his channel and how to get at it. You know, as well. But I do want to shout out all the people who hooked me up today, man. I appreciate your magnanimity. You know what I mean? Shout out to all y'all, man. Sean Leach, D-Main, Kaylin, and LaKenzie Kendall. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate that love. That love goes a long way, man. And my birthday coming up, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? My birthday coming up real soon. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to do an album, a Black Manosphere album. And I got all the tools that I need to do it, but the only thing I need is a mic stand. Help fund Green Gorilla's mic stand and deflection unit so I can record these pristine fucking vocals for this goddamn Manosphere album. I want to do a Manosphere album. You know I make beats and shit. I don't really let you hear my trap music beats and shit like that, but you know, I want to do a Manosphere album. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So help Green Gorilla get a mic stand and a deflection, like in a pop like unit, so I can record these motherfucking vocals. That's what I want y'all to help me do in the near future. So anyway, man, shout out. He says Southpaw 2K1 says in Medea films, if the black men make more money and more educated than their black women, he's always the villain. He's never celebrated in the community. Know it. The Maggle says Taurus or Gemini. I'm a Gemini. You feel me? Gemini, baby.
No doubt.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, I ain't no great singer and no shit like that. Like I come up with musical ideas all the time, man. One thing I can say is I'm a pretty musical guy. You know what I'm saying? And Marcus is too. We said we was gonna work on a record. You know, like we can work on like songs, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got some shit coming.
You know what I'm saying? I want to do a whole Manosphere record, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it'll come in pieces. It won't be like, I'm not waiting to drop no fucking album, like 20 songs or no shit. I want to make the songs one at a time, you know what I'm saying? That's how the shit is done in the industry now anyway. It's called waterfalling, you know, the waterfall release method. You know what I'm saying?
So, I got you.
Yeah, that's how motherfuckers in the game doing it now. But once I start on a roll, recording is easy for me, man. It's just like, audio to me is like it's really easy for me to do, bro. It's more, well, I tell you this, audio is more difficult to do than video. If you it all depends on what kind of video you're doing. Like I don't do video special effects and shit, like masking and you know, like I'm doing some Marvel type motherfucking, you know, computer generated graphics. That's too much. Like, but like cutting and editing and doing documentary shit, that shit's simple as a motherfucker. If you can do audio, the editing is more complex in audio than it is with video. So.
I do both, and I'll tell you, like you said, it depends on what you're doing. Because I think that documentary stuff is easier, right? Because it's pretty straightforward. But like narrative is
that's piece. You got to make the shots look like they're seamless. You know what I'm saying?
It's not just that, but even the sound. Because like we watch any movie. I don't care what movie you're talking about. Any movie come out of Hollywood, close your eyes and just listen. And there's everything that you're hearing in a narrative film is not necessarily sound that happened on the location. It was sound that was put in, right?
Bro,
so
if you need me to score a film for you, Marcus, man, you know I'm your guy, bro. Holla at your boy, man.
No doubt. But I'm not just talking about music. I'm talking about everything you're hearing.
Bro, when I talk about, dude, I know what Foley is, bro. I know what wind sounds like. I know what rain. I know rain. I know motherfuckers. You gotta break motherfucking lettuce or fucking not break lettuce, but break.
I know what you're talking about.
You know,
bro.
like break what they call that shit, man. Celery and shit. If motherfuckers' bones are breaking and shit like that. But now they have you have so many banks of sounds.
Right.
You know, like from and I own like a membership to Splice Music. So any sound that you need, dog, I already got the shit. I got wind, rain, cars, gunshots, you know what I'm saying? Whistling, you know, like Foley, background Foley, all that kind of shit, bro. Like that shit is simple to me. It is like, it all depends on like how complex you want to get with the scoring though. Like if you want to do Dolby 5.1, I can't do that. I could do it if I had the speaker set up, but I don't have the studio set up to do that at the current moment. So
yeah, scoring and Foley, it's really about, because it's not as simple as just putting the hammer sound to a hammer, right? Like there's different sounds, and you got to sit and listen to a bunch of sounds and sit and listen to a bunch of music, and you got to pick the sound that I guess makes somebody feel what the scene is supposed to deliver. You understand? There's shit that'll scare your ass, shit that'll make you laugh, shit, you know what I'm saying? So that sound shit is really about getting that, you know, that feeling out of the shit in the scene.
The sound is equally, if not more important than the visual.
I would say it's more.
Because if you don't have the right audio, you can have the pristine video, but if the audio is fucked up, you'll lose all the effect.
Right, but I say sound is more important because the opposite is not true. You can get away with a subpar visual.
Yeah, true. This is true.
If you got great sound, if your sound is all the way there, you know what I mean? Like all these movies on Tubi where you hear the sound and it sound like dude, you know, you can hear the dude in the room and you hear all the voice bouncing off the walls and he far from the camera because they ain't got no mic on them. They're using the camera mic. If your sound is on point, you could kind of get away with a okay visual, but not the other way around. If your sound is terrible, but you know, it doesn't matter how your shot looks. I would say that sound is just a small bit important than that visual and when it comes to these films because of what you're able to get away with if your sound is on point.
Yeah, that's why, you know, I try to, you know, I'm not a perfect audio engineer, you know, like I'm not a professional audio engineer, but my shit sound decent, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, like even like when I come on, like say for example, I'm just gonna show you an example. Like right now, when I come on, now I made this song and shit. So, but like when I start talking, you hear the music just recedes in the background,
right?
And every time I talk, it'll just do the same thing. I got audio ducking and shit in OBS.
Right.
So if you know, it's just little shit, little things, man, that have a big impact. You know what I'm saying? Not to say, you know, that like everything else going on in my show. Hold on, let me get off that shit. Not that everything I'm doing is it ain't like everything I'm doing is top notch, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, but it's only so much you could do with a fucking avatar.
Right. Shout out to Calon, because what he said rap music is a reflection of what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying because I made that point some days ago. When you know the sound over visual thing. Even though I tell these motherfuckers all the time, these filmmakers, I say, yo, filmmaking is a visual medium, right? Where they lean on story. And I'll say this is like what my point that I made, because he's saying, you know, dudes who don't be having no real bars, but the beats be crazy, right? This is what I tell dudes. I say, look, nothing that comes out of Hollywood is a subpar visual. Everything that comes out of Hollywood, there's a visual standard. Whether the story's a good story, it's an okay story, or it's a trash story. We can go to see something that came out of Marvel. It'll look crazy. Special effects will be crazy. Music is there. Sound is there. All the production quality is there. But then we watch it and we walk out of there after watching 20 minutes of credits. And it'll be a small village of people that made that movie. And we'd be like, yo, that shit was trash. But the visual quality coming out of Hollywood, there's a visual standard that you know, that starts from that standard and goes up. It never goes down, right? Same thing with sound. there's a sound quality that comes out of Hollywood that it never dips from that. But the story can be good or bad. The story may vary, but the production quality, there's a standard of that, and it goes up from there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
And when you start to talk about hip hop, like today, in my viewpoint, hip hop, the production is better than it's ever been. I'll say that in terms of like the beat making. Because if you listen to the records that were done in like the early 90s or the late 80s, the production quality wasn't as great. The music, I mean, some records are done really well, but I mean, like in terms of like just the sound and the techniques that are being utilized, I think that the production is better. Now, in terms of like lyrics,
right?
The lyrics are different. It's like a different mode of expression today than it was when I was young. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not hating on these young dudes. The reason why is because hip hop is more melodic now. It's not like just bars. You know what I'm saying? It's not just.
It's been melodic, bro.
Well,
It's been melodic.
It's been melodic. I'm not. Look, all I'm gonna say is Jay-Z is not as melodic as the Future.
He might not be, but we can go. I mean, in our era, we can. I mean, there's a long list of melodic rappers from our time. Just to address, Brian McMurray says, "I don't know, man. That MODOK from the last Ant-Man movie was visually terrible." So what I'll say to that is, visually terrible by Hollywood standards. Okay, by Hollywood standards, right? Visually terrible by regular motherfucker standards would be the shit on Tubi. And I seen Ant-Man in the theater. It was nothing about that reminded me of Tubi. Okay. But if we get bad CGI from a Hollywood film, it's bad by Hollywood standards, not by your man in apartment 2B standards. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but
yeah, I get it. You know, everybody when you start talking about aesthetics,
right,
then you're entering into the realm of subjectivity as opposed to objectivity. However, though, I, as a person, you know, who does audio, and you as a person who does video and audio, look, you've been on film crews, and there's a process, okay,
right,
that takes place when it comes to shooting movies and shit like that, or even producing, you know, audio for major record labels and shit like that, or even today, just professionals in general. Like, it's easy to hire an audio professional to mix your record today. All you got to do is get on Fiverr, and you got access to motherfuckers who've mixed records for stars. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and this AI shit about to be crazy in a minute.
Well, I got software right now that is AI. You know what I'm saying? Like Isotope products or audio products, man, like Neutron and Ozone, they're mastering and mixing software. You know what I'm saying? It'll help you, like, it'll start you. It's not like an end. You got to use your ears, of course, but like they got something called tonal balance control, which like is a curve that'll tell you like if you're because you can only hear from between 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. That's all you can hear. That's all the human ears are going to take in. So like, but there's a certain frequency range that engineers use when they master records that people are used to. Like it's the sweet spot. So you're like, the software will be like, okay, what genre of music are you mixing? And they'll come up with a whole range of songs that are the most popular in that genre over the past 5 to 10 years. And it'll tell you like, this is the average of the sweet spot. And so you can put you can make sure that the frequencies match tonally the sweet spots if in whatever genre. You know what I'm saying? So this AI shit, boy, this AI shit is gonna be a motherfucker. Now, dude, they got all you gotta do is have an acapella of a record today, nigga. You can have Jay-Z rapping the record, nigga.
Right.
Yeah, let me show this. I gotta show this shit. Jay-Z AI. That shit fucked me up, nigga.
Oh yeah,
Jay-Z artificial intelligence. Hold on, Jay-Z artificial intelligence. And Jay-Z is like, we got to do something about this. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit.
Yeah, there's no paperwork for it. They didn't see it coming.
And bro, you can't distinguish between that motherfucker and like the real shit. You know what I'm saying? So this is it right here. Hold on. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. Let's make sure it ain't on mute.
You tell the young they can never become what they aspire to. Born in a cell with no one who can inspire you.
Your highs are never as high as those that lie to you.
Pretending that they live in the sky, lying behind your roof.
Shooting holes up at your ceiling, trying to find the proof, trying to fight the feeling, the truth.
Tied up like a noose they've been concealing.
Dipped in diamond so that you find it appealing.
Time for dealing, despite y'all dealing, we are the savages, the natives who fight the appeal of all your lavishes. The brave who find what is real and call it as it is.
And use a mind of will to escape the laws of averages.
To be rich and broke,
could it be broke and rich? You see it all gets flipped by those who master this.
Who give a whole new meaning to what you mastered. You tell the young they can never become what they aspire to.
So I mean, I'm just saying that's crazy. And not the one guy says dead rappers will come back. It already has happened. Look, check this shit out. Biggie Smalls, Mobb Deep. This shit.
Oh wow,
up, man. Biggie Smalls. What's the name of that record? Quiet Storm. What? No, it's the one on. It's the way you. What's the name of that motherfucking record, man? Mobb Deep. Hold on. Let me see. Biggie Smalls, Mobb Deep. AI. Shook Ones, that's that motherfucker. Check this shit. It fucked me up, bro. Listen to this shit, nigga.
I think the Jay-Z one is a bit better.
It is better. It's better. But I'm just saying, like, this is just the initial stages of this shit.
Right.
But just to hear Biggie's voice rapping, you know, like a nigga like me, all you got to do is have anybody's vocals, and then they could repitch it to sound like, you know, like somebody dead or something like that, man. Like a dead rapper. Like they got Tupac shit out there like that. It's crazy, bro.
I had a conversation with one of my boys. He think that there's legal grounds. I said, no, there isn't. No, there isn't. And this is the thing. If it's not your lyrics and it's not your recording, okay? If it's not your recording, you have no legal grounds. The whole record business is based on publishing and masters, okay? Master being the recording, publishing being the composition and the lyrics. If you don't own either one, you can't copyright someone's voice.
Yeah, the
sound.
tone. The tone.
Right, their tone of voice. You can't copyright that. You can't, because there's rappers out there that sound like other rappers, right? So, you know, if somebody does an impression of you, or, you know, somebody puts something out where it sounds like you, but it ain't you, it's not your recording, you didn't go into the booth and record it, and you didn't write it, there's nothing that you can claim on that record at all.
Now there is something about likeness that might be a way for them, like, to
not voice likeness. Likeness is more so about
promotion
your face,
true,
how you look. But yeah, there's nothing right now. I'm sure they're gonna come up with some shit.
Yeah, they're gonna have to. They're gonna be forced to.
At
you know
this
what I'm saying?
point,
Because you're gonna put people out of business. I mean, like say, but what's really gonna be the good thing to me is when this shit like it enables motherfuckers to sing. Like I mean, auto-tune is one thing, okay? Auto-tune is one thing, okay?
Right.
But I'm talking about like, nigga, I'm sounding like motherfucking Trey Songz now, some shit, nigga. I'm sounding like motherfucking Chris Brown on the track. I'm just, you know, I'm singing the shit I'm singing, but like I can. And there is software out there like it's not Audacity. What's the name of that shit? What's the name of that damn software, man? I can't think of it right now. It's eluding Melodyne. So you got shit like that, Melodyne, where you could, you know, change pitches, but it's not really changing the timbre of your voice like AI is. But like when it gets to the point where you can like sing like a motherfucking like Luther,
right? And it's your voice going crazy. It's your voice.
Man, that shit gonna be crazy, bro.
Yeah, they need to bring back, my man said, Pop Smoke. They definitely need to bring back some Pop Smoke AI. I bump that shit. That shit. Pop Smoke is one of them guys. He wasn't super lyrical, but he's the guy. You know, he's one of them guys. He sounded good on the track, man. And he's one of them guys.
And that's to me is the feature that like I like niggas to sound good on tracks. Like all that lyrical shit sometimes is cool, but sometimes, you know, lyrics ain't all that is required to make a track hot. Like it's niggas like Tupac wasn't lyrical to me.
I'm glad you said it.
But he had some dope ass tracks though.
I mean, he had dope tracks. This is the thing, right? Me personally, I'm a New York guy, so I'm always go back to lyrics. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna agree with you. I don't think every song has to be lyrical to be dope, but I don't think that hip hop as a genre should get so far removed from lyrics that they don't matter. I
agree with that. Look, all I'm saying is this. To me, like, bro, I was raised with the great lyricists, KRS-One, Kool Moe D, you know what I'm saying? Rakim, Tribe Called Quest, them motherfuckers. Chuck D, he wasn't really all that lyrical, but the shit he was saying was impactful. Okay.
Yeah, he had content.
Yeah, so, but his style was something I had never really actually heard. It might be something the New York niggas heard.
Well, his voice, he had a distinct voice.
Yeah, and like, fuck it, while you bullshit, Melly Mel is a hell of a guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a hell of a guy. Cool G Rap is a hell of a fucking guy. Big Daddy Kane is a hell of a guy. Nas is a hell of a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Biggie Smalls is really a hell of a motherfucker. You know, too bad we weren't able to hear much more from the guy. But I mean, like, the East Coast breeds lyrical niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it just is what it is. But them Philly niggas be more lyrical than any goddamn body else, for real.
I don't know about all that. Slow down.
I know, but you from the East Coast, but I'm just saying, like,
slow down. There's some niggas are from Philly that's lyrical, but more than everybody.
But I'm just saying, you know, like Beanie Siegel's a lyrical beast. You know what I'm saying?
He's definitely lyrical.
You know, like, I don't think the Wu-Tang was like the greatest lyricist, but they was some good. Like, I heard some slick shit being said about them cats. You know what I'm saying? Redman. I mean, you know, like, I grew up in the era. Even the old school hip hop to me was dope as a motherfucker. Like, I listen to Boogie Down Bronx by Man Parrish or some shit and feel like I'm in bliss. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just me. You know what I'm saying? But I love the West Coast hip hop when it came out. And you can't say them niggas was lyrical. Not when they first came out, but I mean, they became more lyrical. Snoop Dogg has never been lyrical. But his records was, I love to hear some Snoop Dogg records, man.
He had a flow.
But to me though, like,
Snoop's flow was
Corrupt and Dash, them niggas was lyrical.
Corrupt, especially Corrupt. Corrupt was dope.
Yeah, that nigga got some shit, bro. And the only thing I'm saying is, bro, I love the
Corrupt is a Philly nigga.
But, you know, the Southern niggas are not really all that lyrical, especially when they first came out. But, like, they created a whole vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers don't know all that trap shit really is, like, it's Memphis shit to me. You know what I'm saying? I love New Orleans. I get what they did. But, like, all these hi-hat triplets and shit and them 808s and all that shit, that's Memphis shit. That's 666 Mafia shit. They created a whole wave of music, dog. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I love that style. Like, UGK, they not the greatest lyricists, but they not slacking on it.
Bun B is all right. Bun B is all right. I think that every region has their lyricists, even if they're not in abundance. I think that every region, whether it be from the South, the West, wherever, there's a one or two guys or a few guys, right? There's gonna be every region has their lyricists. You understand what I'm saying? Like, to me, Bun B is a lyricist.
Yeah, I'm not. Look, I will not. I'd say it, UGK. You
And
know what I'm saying?
and what you call it? I want to. My man said MJG and 8 Ball.
Oh man, them motherfuckers got that pimp. That's the space age pimping right there.
But they rap, bro. They rap. So like, yeah. So whoever think, oh, Marcus from New York, he ain't gonna give respect. That's nonsense. There's dudes from Atlanta. There's dudes from Memphis. There's dudes from the South, the West. That everybody has their lyrical dudes.
Face
the TIs.
Mob.
Right.
Willie D might not be at the top notch level of lyricism, but the nigga Scarface is a beast.
Hell no, he ain't.
The Scarface is a beast, though. You can't say Scarface is not on that level. You know what I'm saying?
He never did it for me. I'm gonna keep it real.
I fuck with Scarface though.
I'm not saying he whack.
I never seen a man die till I seen a man cry. You know
you're right. I just like when I listen to Scarface, I think that what he's saying resonates with people because is real deep and shit. But to say like he's lyrical like a Biggie Redman lyrical,
no. But that's a totally different. Like Ludacris is lyrical, like say for example a Redman is,
right,
or a Method Man. But
right.
that's just a different style. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean,
right.
To me, some of the greatest lyricists that nobody ever talks about is Camp Lo. Like that shit, them niggas was on a whole different vibe.
Yeah.
But like it's incomprehensible. Like you don't know what the fuck they talking about like half the time, but that shit sound dope as a motherfucker. But they can't make a record now that sounds good.
I mean, they was bragging on the records. It was stunt rap. I mean, I understood what they saying because I mean they Harlem niggas and Harlem got their own like slang and shit like that. So it's like, I understood what they were saying. I was listening to that record the other day, actually. One of the biggest complaints about the Camp Lo records is they wasn't rhyming, right? So when you think of Lucchini, and you listen to everybody that's hearing me talk, go listen to Lucchini, right? And they're gonna be like, yo, these niggas wasn't even rhyming. And for the shit to be what it was without them rhyming, that's impressive, actually. Like their flow on Lucchini was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. And Lucchini falling from the sky, let's get rich. What?
Yeah.
Right, so they talking that uptown shit. You know what I'm saying?
The song that does it for me by them, man, is Bubbling.
Oh, okay.
Got the bubbly pouring through me. I got the bubbly pouring through me. Bubbling.
Right.
I'm like, this shit right here is so fly. Like you can listen to the shit back in the day and drink. You could be around bitches and listen to the music. You could be around niggas and listen to the music. You can listen to the music in your car. You can even like back in the day, dancing hip hop was more like Running Man type shit. You could fucking dance to it. It was just some dope ass shit. You know what I'm saying?
Remember that don't give me your swing, I got mine, and that's the thing. Blase. Who named Bell Ring? Don't give me your swing, got mine. That's the thing.
But I mean, he mentioned but it's like we can go back, man. Like it all started. Like to me, the hip hop was East Coast from the beginning. Like it just was like. And it wasn't all gangster shit. Like you had Heavy D, you had Kwame, you had, you had different flavors of niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's like I remember the fucking 90s, the early 90s in hip hop, dog. Like it was just some dope shit. Can I get open and all this kind of shit? You know it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like the Jay-Z, that's what like the Jay-Z style emerged from. That's
he was on the record.
Of course, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, I just, I remember when Hawaii Sophie first came out. You know what I'm saying? Like when niggas in New York was making, fucking sitcom jingles and shit with their music. You know what I'm saying? I remember that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. And the DJs, to me, the DJs that was dope, Jazzy Jeff, Tat Money, just man, I used to love that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? But like the South. They run hip hop right now. It just is what it is, dog. Like everybody everywhere is jocking their style right now. So the South, man. You know what I'm saying? That Atlanta shit. You know what I'm saying? Just it is what it is. The sound right now. So You know, I ain't hating on it, man. I like these young guys, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm hating on some of it.
I like these young niggas, man. I mean, you know, so I listen to the producers drive the music. So you got like Mike Will Made It, Metro Boomin, and you got some white boys, Murder Beats. You know, like it's just different. It's, you know, Mustard and shit like that. But these cats, man, be making some dope music, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah, they make some dope music, and then sometimes they don't. I mean,
Yeah,
some
but
shit,
that's
you know what I'm saying?
that's everybody, bro.
Right.
Like-
Everything that's dropping ain't fire. Like, you know, I don't like this. We have this thing where if we don't like some shit, like it's not hate. It's look, I can like most of the shit that's coming out. If it's trash, I'm gonna say it's trash. You know what I'm saying? Like some of that shit, a lot of that shit is trash. Motherfuckers just get on the record and say anything, right? And I don't attribute the track to the rapper. The track is the producer. So I can't say such and such artist got a dope track because the beat fire. If you sound good on the beat, or if you flowing on that shit, or if your lyrics is crazy, I give it to you. But this motherfucker's just jumping on it. I just want to rap. I don't want to
Yeah,
rap.
that's some bullshit. Yeah, that's some bullshit. Yeah.
I don't want to rap. It's like, come on, man. I'm supposed to like that, so I don't feel like a hater. Nah, man. If
But,
it's
I mean,
trash, I'm gonna call that shit trash.
Them young
man.
kids is gassed off that shit. Like, I mean,
Look,
super gassed off
it's
of
for
it.
them. It's for them. Now, what I don't hate on, that's their shit. Let them have it. We had our shit. That's their shit. So that's one thing I will say. No trash or not trash, it's they shit. Let them have it. That's what I will say. Right? That shit is not for us.
And then,
We
you know
still
what?
got our J.
Since-
Coles and Kendricks and motherfuckers like this.
So since
You know?
we're doing it, man, I'm gonna put on a record, man, before we get out of here, man. A nigga who I think is the dopest motherfucking artist, man, from the South, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-oh.
Just my opinion. You can say somebody else, you know what I'm saying, but you can say who you want to say. It's just my opinion. We gonna roll out with it.
No doubt. And I don't hate Lil Uzi, y'all.
Yeah, I don't hate none of these motherfuckers either, man.
I don't hate Lil Uzi, man. He niggas hit and miss. And drowning shit, that's my shit. Bitch, I'm drowning. That's my shit. Woo!
Yeah, it's that boogie with a hoodie or some shit.
Boogie with a hoodie, nigga. That is. Maybe bitch, I'm drowning. Ooh, that shit is fire. Oh my god, that shit is fire.
This
Yeah,
nigga
man.
right here, he was doper. He was doper maybe about 10 years ago, but that motherfucker's still a god at this shit. I gotta give him his props. You can say what you want to. He's a weird motherfucker.
Who you about to play?
He's a weird motherfucker, but
Wayne?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Let's see what it is.
Yes, sir. It's your boy Weezy, baby. Yeah, man. I feel great. Can't nothing stop me. It's your man right here. This is the remix. I'm about to murder this shit. You know it wouldn't be right without the bar. Yeah. Let's go. Come on. Hey, I got the banger on the outside. We can bang it out. I'm a gangster from the south side. All in your mouth. And if you're thinking you're raw, then I'm calling you out, boy. We can bet you call your house in. My level is out. Sit in this big body, man. You gon' feel like you fell on a couch. And them 20-inch Pirellis is out. Sherwood grain, making leather her out. Pedal her throughout the metro area. Weezy, baby, he's the greatest. Leave the ladies in such disbelief. But bitch, please believe me. I'm the boy, the need of the block. I'm running, I got the rock. I'm in need of a block. And I speed up my drop when the streets is burning. My heat'll burn you haters. Newspaper sheets is turning. There's your speech and sermon, your pitching street. Next week they gon' probably see your family tree. I managely push the 10-inch home fence. Soft red top vanish off there. Now yo man, I got y'all like the ball band. Weezy, baby, got your bro said. See it, like it, cop it, refix it. East landlord about to start evicting. Hustle sand hard backseat, 3 chickens. Bundle that raw 2 for 3 week flipping. Dub that call Deucey feet we dipping. CC, buy that ball we sipping. Fifi, buy that girl we lifting. T Streets kill that boy he tripping. We be SQAD shitting. We see baby and your baby mama's peeping. She wanna get on, but we all just fucked that bitch and kept going. Weezy baby, young black rich, I'm that boy, the boy. Oh boy, I'm no toy, I play no games. I feel like fuck some niggas but say no names. Feel like fucking bitches getting major brain. Squad coming like an army in a major pain. Man, my own poked the sun and made it rain. But you wouldn't get wet if you stay with Wayne. But your girl will get wet if she stay with Wayne. Next morning she on a plane, take with Kane. Feds phony, agents lame, cops is haters. Mad at the cheese on these hot potatoes. And we passing the V's and them tops is raising. My jersey is hot, my tennis shoes steaming, my socks is blazing. The rocks in my watch is crazy, look goofy. Iceberg sweater, kids yelling, look goofy. My eyes look droopy cause I'm full of that fruity. The bitch keep telling you the boys are cutie. Man, I'm in a 2-seat. Me and my nigga Louis, we so fresh. Me and my nigga Louis, Vuitton from the feet to the arm, that's how we do it. Come on, mommy, leave me alone, I'm out of fluid. Move on, man, your teeth too long, you probably chew it. Baby, you know I'ma SQ it. Weezy, baby, I won't say no more. I won't say no more, man. Fuck y'all, man. Weezy, baby, I'll let you boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave Wayne his props a long time.
I mean, you know, like, I mean, I saw him transition from Go DJ to the Squad Up mixtapes and shit. And he, you know, he made a transition from being a hot boy to, you know, to being like a real rapper, you know what I'm saying? And that shit was dope as fuck to me. It just,
I mean, he was trained. I mean, he came up under some Philly niggas.
Yeah,
I mean, this is what happened, but
yeah,
I don't take it away from him what he's become. You know, it's like, okay, at some point he was getting help with writing, but whatever the help or whatever he was shown, he took it and ran with it because the people who you might want to attach him to are no longer around, and he's still putting out the same quality of shit. So, you know, I had to convince cats in Brooklyn at one point that, you know, Wayne was nice. And a lot of New York dudes, you know, some fuck with him, some don't. But, you know, he's not the typical rapper from the South lyrically. He's really not. He got surrounded by some Philly dudes. He changed his shit up and he says some shit. Sometimes, once in a while, I say he says more hot shit than he don't. Once in a while, I'll hear some shit from Wayne and be like, fuck is he talking about?
Especially like, okay, I'm gonna tell you when Wayne got really stupid. The Squad Up shit was more lyrical, but then he got to saying some like that lick me like a lollipop shit. That's when he started taking chances and doing shit. To me, it became more absurd. But
well, that was experimental. He was doing the shit with what's old boy name that passed away, that did the track or whatever. Because that was a song that was more for the sound of the record than the lyrics of the record. I like Lollipop, and I think it was a moment. It was a sound, and I didn't expect. See, the thing is, when it comes to certain lyricists, it's like, okay, you want to experiment? It's either gonna go good or it's gonna go bad. But we know what you can do when you feel like it. So if you want to go left, go left. And if it's good, it's good. And if it's bad, it's bad. But, you know, Wayne, as far as lyricism, he solidified. You understand what I'm saying? He solidified. And, you know, people might love or hate. It's like I'm not, and people going to go crazy when I say this, I'm not a Nas fan. That doesn't mean he's not lyrical. Nas is super nice. He just doesn't appeal to me. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Wayne. Let me just say this. So I will leave you. If we're gonna leave with something, I'm gonna leave with what I think is the best that I've ever heard in terms of lyricism from the East Coast. But that's just me. And my best lyricist from the East Coast.
The best from the East Coast ever.
I wanted to see what name you gonna say. And shout out to Clutch and Stick. He's referencing my diss record on YouTube.
Yeah. Chicken teriyaki, some shit like that.
Fried teriyaki simp.
in the New York area than that nigga right there. He created that shit, that style of flowing. All that old hyppity, hippity, hoppity, and all that old, you know, like it. The nigga's just a different dude, man. He was serious. You know what I'm saying? He brought that shit.
Don't sleep on. I'm not disagreeing with you, but don't sleep on Kool G Rap.
Oh, trust me, man. They from the same clique.
Kool G fucking Rap.
Come on, man. Look,
Okay.
let me just say this, man. Look, Kool G
Yo.
Rap, Poison. You know what I'm saying? That was my joint right there. This is Poison.
Kool
You know what I'm
G
saying?
Rap. And shit, and Kane. Don't sleep on Kane.
Oh, come on, like you know, like the Wrath of Cain. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Kane was not playing.
No, Kane wasn't no.
Kane-
Kane ain't as dope as motherfucking Rakim though. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
We can have that debate another day.
No, but I mean, Kane, look, Kane was a god to me back in the day. You know, like ain't no half stepping. You know, just all them, just them dope ass records. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, like Marley Marl was a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like all them them dope ass records from Mr. Magic and all them motherfuckers. You know, but the Juice Crew, Red Alert wasn't no joke either. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, just all man, New York was like. I'm talking about I was in grade school and shit. Going into high school when these cats was, just starting to do their thing, man. And it was
Right.
It was dope, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, but it's different. Like if you listen to a record that was created by Red Alert or Marley Marl back then, it's gonna be sonically different from a record that you hear today. It's not gonna sound the same. We talking about SP12s and motherfucking, equipment that like niggas got today. Like, I mean, even one could argue that some of the shit sounded great. Like I love Dilla's beats and shit like that. But like the shit that these dudes doing today, man, sonically it's on a different level, dog.
Well, there's just different equipment. Like you got to remember, back in the days, the samplers were a lot dirtier than they are now.
Yeah,
you
like
understand what I'm
8-bit
saying?
shit, 8-bit, 16,
Right.
like
Right.
like the sampling wasn't like 44
Like
kilohertz type shit. It was like
right. So
You know
like
what I'm saying?
the SB12 dudes, I used to get into it with the SB12 dudes because I was an MPC dude. You understand what I'm saying? So MPC sounds was a lot cleaner than the SB12, right?
Yes.
So me being an MPC guy, like that's the machine I swore by, bro. Like I'm on that Kanye shit. I'm an MPC 2000 ass nigga.
But see,
You understand what I'm saying?
Kanye had the ASR 10. You know what I'm saying? Which is an Ensoniq keyboard. Like Teddy, man, niggas is guys at making beats and shit can make dope beats on anything. But
Right.
the SB12 had a sound to it though, like that gritty ass shit, like motherfuckers trying to reproduce it today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Like-
they
like
talk
them-
as if it ain't dirty, it ain't hip hop. Like, come on.
No, I don't believe that though. That's not.
Yeah.
No.
Like you gotta have some part, like it has to be dirty or something. But like
No, sir. I had an MPC XL. You know what I'm saying? The MPC 2000 XL. It had 8.
Yeah, that's what I had.
I had, I had the out, the 8 buses out and shit like that shit, man.
Right.
I had a Roland JV 1080, and I had like a Planet Fat, all this. All this shit is, All that bullshit is obsolete now, though. You know,
I
what I'm
remember all
saying?
that shit came out because they got the apps now. Like all the rack mounts that we had back in the day, you can put that shit in Logic now as a plugin. All those rack mounts are plugins now. You don't have to have the actual hard rack mount. They are plugins now. Look them shits up, bro. All them
Dog,
sounds.
bruh, I
the
use
Korg
FL
Triton.
Studio, nigga. Like,
Right.
I used to use the MPC and have to take all of that shit. If it's the ASR 10, you gotta take it to the studio and do SMPTE and shit with it. Or if you got your own ADAT, you know what I'm saying? Which I eventually bought an ADAT machine where I can track the
Right.
shit out. But like,
Yeah,
you
my
only
man
had
had
like 8 tracks on an ADAT. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's the maximum. You know what I'm saying? So you had to get more than one ADAT machine in order to track your shit out. But the whole point is, nigga, they start making them motherfucking digital audio workstations. So I bought one of them shits, and it had 24 tracks, and you could bounce virtual tracks, and you know what I'm saying? So you could bounce tracks to tracks and not lose fidelity. So the game, it just changed, man. Like, but right now everything is contained within the computer, and the software is so fucking, it's so different. It's so much better, bruh. You can take your laptop to the studio, nigga, or not. You can just fucking put the shit online,
on the file.
You know what I'm saying? And then download the shit.
Yeah, or
and the cat can be ready with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different game, bro. But all I'm saying is the producers that I used to love back in the day, Red Alert, Marley Marl, the Bomb Squad, you know what I'm saying, like DJ Premier, you know, all them niggas, you know, they had Q-Tip, you know what I'm saying, like all them niggas had a vibe and a sound, you know what I'm saying, that niggas wanted to replicate, but the sound evolved. So then it became like people like Manny Fresh, and then it became motherfuckers like, you know, Juicy J, you know what I'm saying, from 666 Mafia. That shit was some dope shit,
Juicy
nigga.
J has some oh my God. Listen, let me tell you something. We didn't think that the 3-6 dudes was the greatest lyricists in the world, but you could not deny them tracks. You could not deny Juicy J's beats. Okay? You could not deny that shit. Oh my God. Yo, that nigga, still to this day, that nigga has some shit. You could not deny the Juicy J tracks.
His sound is the whole sound. His sound right now, that Juicy J shit is the sound of hip hop right now. It just is.
Yeah, because if you listen to Mike Will and all these niggas, like it's yeah, it kind of sort of is like, yeah.
We listening to hip hop would not be the same currently. And also Zaytoven, that motherfucker had an impact on this shit too. You know what I'm saying?
Who's this?
Zaytoven, Gucci Man beat maker.
Oh, okay, I'd have to hear. I have to know which one he did, but yeah, man, you know, there's a lot of dope dudes out there. Let's not forget David Banner.
Yeah, for sure, David Banner, Rubber Band man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
David
saying?
Banner.
Shout out to David Banner from Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of guys, man, you know, dope ass beat makers, you know what I'm saying? Dope ass, but these young dudes, man, they dope too. That's just all I'm saying. I'm saying these young niggas are dope too, bro.
No, they dope definitely with the tracks. I look, I don't have nothing to say about today's production. The production is there. If it wasn't for the production, a lot of this shit wouldn't make it. Let's keep it honest.
For sure.
Yeah,
but there's some dope artists out here too, though. Like
there's some dope artists too, and there's some whack ones. The production is there. Okay, the production is there. You will not hear me talk shit about the production. The production is what carries a few of these niggas through. Because
and this is why I say so. Look, I can make, and let me just say, I can emulate. And right now, I'm going to my own archive, right? So it ain't like, when I say this, it ain't like I'm just trying to be a dick about it and, you know, trying to like let people know that I'm being off-putting about this shit. Because I'm really, to be quite honest, I'm not. Okay? So let me royalty-free lo-fi hip-hop, right? So if I go to my own shit and I go to, hold on, let me see. This is the one that I ain't gonna say I'm the most proud of, but this shit remind me of some Jay Dilla, Tribe Called Quest type fucking production. It ain't like it's that difficult to do. Let me see. Present, share the screen.
Because you did it when it was hard. That, you know what I'm saying? We did this shit when it was hard.
And ain't no samples in this. All it is, I'm emulating a sample, but I played all this shit. So I mean, you know, like I'm you know, I know I'm kind of overdoing it, but like the whole point is, let me see. I'm not trying to go down my whole discography, man, on this motherfucker. I promise. All I'm trying to say is, like, I know the sound. I know the sound of this shit, man. I know the sound of this music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what the SP12 sound like. I know what the MPC sound like. I know what the swing of the MPC was able to give me. You know what I'm saying? I know what the swing of the ASR 10 was able to give me.
Right.
Because I have those fucking, you know, devices. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I mean, I sold the MPC, but the whole point is, I've been doing this shit for a minute. Now, I never blew up. I do it because I love the shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, but I still like to, I'm never going to stop doing this shit.
Right. It's like me
you know
with
what I'm saying?
films.
Like it'll never, ever be something that I stop doing. Now, but I don't have to produce in that style. I can do some shit that ain't got nothing to do with it, that looks totally and has a totally different feel than that shit. You know what I'm saying? So let me see something right quick. If I can find it. I don't know if I can or not.
Yeah, I had the MP with the zip drive, and I still got the zip disc right here.
So this is the one you said. I think you said you like this.
Nah,
shit.
don't play it. Nah, see, you gonna fuck it up.
I'm really happy.
Okay, I ain't gonna do it.
You gonna
then,
fuck
okay.
it up, man. Don't
Okay,
play it, man. We gotta hit him in the head with that. Don't no previews.
Okay, man. Okay.
Don't do it, man.
I'll go to some New Orleans. I went to the New Orleans shit.
This one I remember.
And because I went to school in New Orleans, I said I gotta do some New Orleans shit. Ain't no samples in it. It's all shit I play.
Right.
Of course, it ain't my visual. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it sounds dated because it is. I'm not trying to make I'm trying to reconjure my feeling of being in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? This is bounce music. That shit ain't like, it ain't the hottest shit right now, but it's something I enjoy. You know what I'm saying?
That shit is musical. And that music, instrumentation in there.
So I mean, look. All I'm saying is,
I'm in that la la la. Beats.
so I mean, you know, it's that it ain't mixed the best, but the whole point is, man, I look.
Nobody care about that, man. This shit knocking.
And like I said, man, look, all I'm gonna say is I am writing to this one though. This is to me, this is hot as a motherfucker. I just like it. It's just me though.
That shit right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and let these people go. We've been on this motherfucker for damn near 4 hours, bro. All I'm saying is I love the music, man. I enjoy it just as much as these young cats do. I believe in being able to adapt to the new evolving soundscapes.
Yeah, same here.
You know, like that's just my viewpoint on it. But I love like to me, the dopest rapper is Rakim. The dopest Southern rapper to me is Lil Wayne, just based on his discography and his evolution. Not to say that there aren't other greats, but that's just my viewpoint. Like the dopest Midwest rappers, you know, like Eminem and the D12 clique. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. It might be wrong to some people. You know, I like Common from the Midwest. He's one of the top, you know, from that era. Kanye, you know, he's got to put him in that category as a dope ass producer as well. You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, look, I don't care what generation of hip hop. There has always been whack shit, right?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Right. It was whack shit, and there was whack shit in our generation. There was whack shit, and our parents' generation is going to be whack shit now, and it's going to be whack shit to come. And you know, the thing is, everything ain't going to hit, right? And you know, again, I appreciate the production. The production that they put out nowadays is, you know, a lot of it is off the hook, right? Especially with what they have now to create music that didn't exist before. But I'm not afraid to call some of this shit whack if it's whack. And you know, there was whack shit when I was growing up. There was whack shit from the previous generation. There's gonna be some more whack shit, right? And that's
no doubt. Like I mean, you know, go ahead. Yeah, no doubt. Like I mean, you're gonna have hit or misses. Like even the best artists have misses. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, you know, like the shit. You can't like be firing on all cylinders
like
100% of the time.
Like OJ Juice Man. OJ Juice Man is just trash. Let's just call that what it is.
You know, like all the Laffy Taffy shit, you know what I'm saying? That shit is kind of
right. It's a lot of shit that was
but
just
it serves
whack.
its purpose. You know what I'm saying? That's like Biz Markie. I wouldn't call Biz Markie whack.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Cause like, but he was eccentric and he did shit that was unordinary or you know extraordinary.
Yeah, he was that type.
However you want to perceive it.
I put it to you this way: Biz Markie was not lyrical. Not being lyrical, or you know, depending on what it is, it's like okay. I never forget being at my aunt's house, and Get Your Roll On comes on. Right, I never forget this shit. I never forget this. Now, all of us was doing music at this time. Me, my cousin, everybody. We was all doing music. Get Your Roll On comes on the TV on BET Raps or whatever. Get Your Roll On, Big Timers. You know what that beat sound like? That Manny Fresh shit. That shit dropped. Bam, 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 bam. I was like, yo, this shit is bananas, right? Yo, my cousin walks in. I say, yo, check this shit out. Mind you, the intro is still rolling. And then them niggas started rapping. For the hoes after all our shows.
Yeah,
yo, my cousin shot me the craziest look and walked off. I was like, fuck that. I still fuck with it, right?
Yeah, it's some dope beats though.
I still, yo,
the truth. Yeah.
Look, I don't expect everybody to be lyrical 100% of the time, but whack is whack. Okay.
But I mean, you know, of course, like okay,
never forget that shit.
Baby and Manny Fresh are not like the best rappers, but I'll tell you what,
they don't pretend to be.
Right. Like, but
you don't expect
Juvenile, that Hun record, nigga, that to me, you can say what you want to, but that Hun record, it resonated with me. It's you in that big body Benz, huh? It's you can't keep old lady because you keep fucking her friends, huh? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's totally different in terms of a sound than some shit that you heard before. Now, I heard Juvenile in New Orleans prior to his, you know, connection to Cash Money because he had a record back in the day called Bounce for the Juvenile, Bounce for the Juvenile, Bounce Biggity, Bounce, Bounce, Bounce. But that was New Orleans music. And I was a DJ in New Orleans, you know what I'm saying? Like in 89, from 89 to 94, I was DJing music in New Orleans, all over the city. You know what I'm saying? Like I might be at Dillard, I might be at Suno, I might be at a house party, I might be on a fucking boat that's traveling all night long from like 10 o'clock to 7 in the morning. Like, I mean, I'm DJing everywhere in that motherfucker. Every week. I'm DJing shit at schools, frats, and other shit. You know what I'm saying? And this is when you had to carry records. Wasn't no, I wish I was DJing like how motherfuckers do today. Because I had to carry all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit heavy as a motherfucker, boy.
Check this out. I always say that there's two types of rap fans, right? And I always do the Tupac Biggie, right? There's people who listen to rap music for things that, like you said, resonate, right? Oh, I could relate to that. This resonates with me. Oh, he's talking my life, right? There's guys who they gravitate towards those sorts of rappers, and they don't them guys don't have to be lyrical. They just have to say things that resonate. Like, for instance, MC8, who's not the most lyrical motherfucker in the world, but he say things that resonate with some people. They talk the street shit. They talk about the girls, whatever they talking about. Those types of rappers resonate with certain people. Then there's the other type of artist, which is the lyrical wordplay artist, right? The guy who can flip words like it's like they're wordsmiths, word artists, whatever you want to call them. They'll rhyme 18 words back to back, 18 words with 18 other words. They'll rhyme whole sentences, and then they'll throw all types of double entendres, metaphors, similes, and all that shit in there. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking J. Cole got the drop on the op, and I'm opportunistic, like shit like that. And that's the type of shit I tend to gravitate towards, even though at some point and sometimes I like the other shit, but I tend to listen to the guys who are the word play guys, right? And then, of course, you got records that come out where the overall sound is good. For instance, Missy Misdemeanor Elliott has never been lyrical, but her shit sounds crazy. You don't expect her to be lyrical. She had a flow, and of course, it's Timbaland doing the music, so you already know the shit's gonna sound fire. And because it sounds good, you overlook the fact that she's not really saying nothing crazy. She's not necessarily saying anything deep. She's not necessarily, wordplay crazy, but the sound of the record is what makes it fire. You understand what I'm saying?
I Can't Stand the Rain is classic, nigga. That's a dope ass record. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or, I mean, it's a whole bunch of records that she made. This is like, like bananas. You know what I'm saying? Like, but put it this way. Hip hop, man, it's just something I grew up with, bro. But I grew up listening to funk and R&B. Like fucking Supremes, nigga. I grew up listening to Michael Jackson, and of course he was older, when I was, but I was born in '71, dog. So I had the opportunity to hear all these, I heard the evolution of hip hop. And I heard the evolution of R&B, to what it is today. Or you can say devolution if that's how you feel. But, at the end of the day, man, Timbaland came around. He came along and changed the sound of music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he changed the sound. But also, like, to me, the greatest producer, to me, that's overlooked, is Teddy Riley, man. That motherfucker,
Teddy Riley.
Teddy Riley, nigga, goes all the way back to Dougie Fresh, nigga. And the show.
I'll say, and Teddy Riley definitely, but I would say overlooked, greatest producer, in my opinion, that's overlooked. Not greatest producer, but greatest that's overlooked is Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah, okay.
Jermaine Dupri. And one thing I want to shout out Spain Man. Spain Man says, even though you don't like Nas, though, I don't understand when you say that you're not a fan of someone, that somehow means that you don't like their music. No, I'm not a fan. Like, they didn't, like, again, Nas is talented, super lyrical, and all that. I'm not saying Nas is whack. I heard I Gave You Power. All of that shit is great. He for some reason, he's not somebody I can sit down and listen to his whole album. Maybe it's his voice on it. It just doesn't appeal to me. Like, I'm sorry, motherfuckers. I acknowledge that the kid is super nice. And there's records of Nas's that I like, but overall, I can't sit and listen to 10, 12 records of Nas.
But I can tell you what, I can listen to Teddy Riley music all fucking day, nigga. Like I don't have to. Like I can listen to Keith Sweat, I can listen to Chris Rock. I mean, not Chris Rock, but Christopher Williams. I'm Dreaming. I can listen to Al B. Shore. I can feel, you know, I can tell you how I feel about you night and day. I can listen to motherfucking Heavy D. I can listen to Dougie Fresh. I can listen to High Five, I Lie the Way. I can listen to, like, you know, it's just, he created a whole vibe, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can listen
New Jack Swing shit.
I can listen to fucking, you know what I'm saying, Teddy's Jam and motherfucking Groove Me and all that shit, man. Like, I mean, it's outdated now. You know what I'm saying? But like, man, that shit back when I was in high school, nigga, that shit, boy, get you some pussy, boy.
But Teddy style is updated for now, though. Teddy will drop some shit now that'll sound like today. You know what I'm saying? So he's not necessarily outdated producer. In Spain, man, I could take a joke, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But Teddy is somebody that evolved over time. Like, you know, even with the No Diggity and everything that, you know, that he might drop now, none of that shit is outdated. Like, Teddy can still get down.
So, but I mean, to me, it just has a nostalgia for me. And, it wasn't just, like, sometimes he made Baboon records and shit like that. But his records, man, have a sound that, like, I've never heard anybody else have, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, a lot of people took it, like Dallas Austin, and put it in the TLC sort of shit, and you know, Another Bad Creation and all that. Even BBD. I mean, you know, it was the New Jack Swing, man. That shit was, man, like the Poison record, nigga. Like that shit was just like, I remember first hearing it, rolling. My boy Leon, one of the bros, you know what I'm saying? Like he had a motherfucking Ford. No, what did he have? He had a Ford Explorer, nigga. Like this nigga, a sophomore in high school with a brand new Ford Explorer, 20-inch rims on that motherfucker. And we talk about 1990, nigga. The motherfucker got these huge ass motherfucking subwoofers in his trunk and shit. And the first time I'm a DJ, so you know I'm always listening to new records to try to figure out like what is this shit, like what, like you know, like because I need to be able to play it if it's hot. So nigga, that shit came on and then all I heard was that bass, girl. I'm a doom doom doom. I was like, oh damn, nice. You know we rolling around smoking weed, drinking 40 ounces, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga was the life, nigga, rolling down Carrollton Avenue, going to the park. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just memories for me, man, hearing the New Jack Swing, dog. Like, it's just memories, dog. Even before, like, just listen, you know, Dougie Fresh, nigga, not even knowing that this nigga was making these beats because he wasn't publicizing that he was making them. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody was tripping off Teddy Riley like that. But just listening, like going back and knowing what his discography is, like that nigga made a whole bunch of dope ass records. And it's a little noisy. It ain't like Babyface is more smooth. But that nigga Teddy Riley, man, he was on some shit, boy. He was on some shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but if I had to give it up, my favorite producers, Teddy Riley, Dr. Dre, of course, Q-Tip, Jay Dilla, Kanye West, DJ Quick, Juicy J, Manny Fresh, the Bomb Squad, Hank and the other dude, Shock Lee. I can't remember what the other dude's name is, but them motherfuckers, man, they just, you know, it's Marley Marl, Red Alert. They was just, they fuck with my life, you know what I'm saying? They changed, you know, like, the way I perceive music, man. And
I'd have to say top of my list, and I think most people know this, top of my list of producers has got to be Timbo, baby. Timbo the King.
Yeah.
Timbo the King, baby. Timbo is at his own, because I think, man, when I was, you know, back when I was writing, man, is so much shit that he dropped that I could just write to, because that's like I like that style of production, right? aside from that, I mean, there's a lot of guys that don't get credit. I think DJ Quick doesn't get enough credit. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I think to some extent, like he doesn't, he should be getting like Dr. Dre level credit.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm
Jimmy
saying?
Jam and Terry Lewis, like you got to get them credit too. Them motherfuckers was some super dope ass dudes, man. You know what I'm saying?
You know, he was dope. You know, Teddy was dope. Pharrell and the fucking Neptunes was fucking ridiculous. You know, it was somebody else I was gonna mention that I had in mind earlier. Let's not forget Dark Child that was doing them records for Brandy.
Yeah.
Unless we're gonna just keep this to hip hop producers. You know, but I mean, there's producers that came out of left field and they took the game for a minute. The Neptunes took the game for a minute. You know, will.i.am from fucking you know, Black Eyed Peas is fire. You know, it's just a lot of the
he's dope, man.
It's a lot of guys out here that's fire, man. And you know, High Tech, who was producing a lot of them tracks for Dre, and then don't forget Scott Storch.
Yeah, Scott Storch, the white boy, the cokehead, but he dope. Yeah, Organized Noise, you got to get him. You got to get him. You got to get him.
Rico and them. Yeah. It's a lot of dudes out here, man. You know, killing it, man. A lot of produce, man. We can be here all night. Ye is definitely up there. You know, he's high up there. Put it that way.
He up there, man.
Premier, of course. You know, there's one thing about Premier. Most of Premier's tracks are loops. He don't really chop the beat up. You notice that?
I'm gonna tell you who motherfuckers slept on, man. He created a whole movement his goddamn self. Eric Sermon, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Don't sleep on Eric Sermon.
So
man.
hold on, before I got something to say about Eric Sermon, because we used to clown Eric Sermon back in the day. Let's throw the RZA up there as one of the greats, the RZA, right? Now, Eric Sermon. Yo, bro, how many times did this nigga sample All Night Long?
Well, you know, hey, bro. You know
how many times, yo, bro? How many? Me and my man used to crack jokes about Eric Sermon because we like, yo, this nigga got a crate about 5 records that he makes all his songs on. How many times did nigga sample Between the Sheets, All Night Long? Yo, bro, how many times did Eric Sermon sample All Night Long? Fucking Mary Jane Girls, bro. How many times? Yo, I could sit here and name 5 records.
Yeah,
that he sampled all night long.
But all I know is, man, that first EPMD album, man, what was that motherfucker called? Strictly Business? Or was it called, what was it called, man? I can't remember. That motherfucker was hard, though. You know what I'm saying? And he created, you know, he gave birth to Redman.
Absolutely. He sampled All Night Long for him, too.
Yeah.
Then he came back to the game. Bomb digger, bomb a dang a dang. All Night Long. How many times you gonna sample this fucking All Night Long, bro?
He liked that record, man. He
liked that shit to death.
He liked that record, man. But
man.
Look, like you said, we could be here all fucking night long. But man, it was man. The shit today, man. I didn't have YouTube videos, man. Motherfuckers teaching me how to make beats, and niggas didn't want to give up the secrets back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it was some guys, you know, here and there, who would, you know, tell you shit and whatever the case may be, but most motherfuckers would try to hide the information and the knowledge and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
you know what I'm saying?
But you know, hey man, all I can say is, you know, I got some records with some artists out here. You know what I'm saying? I got a record with MC8, got a record with Daz, Dillinger and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I mostly fuck with West Coast niggas, because the niggas that, you know, from the Midwest, at the time that I was, you know, even young enough, or, you know, like I was getting to the point where I was trying to do the music and shit, motherfuckers from the West Coast start fucking with me and flew me out to the Cali and shit. So I'm hanging with a whole bunch of Crip niggas and shit, you know what I'm saying? And just was what it was, you know what I'm saying? Coolio and niggas that knew him and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, niggas used to sing in an R&B group, Gangsters and Thugs and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I just, you know, them niggas fuck with me with the music, so you gotta fuck with who fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. But I tried to tell these motherfuckers the direction of the sound, and they ain't really want to hear it though, because they was still stuck. Because Cali can be insulated just like New York can. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, the next shit is this 808 shit, bro. This Juicy J type shit. This is where it's going. This is where the music going. And they just couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like they couldn't see it. And now they see it. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with them, talk to them, and they're like, damn, you really did see that shit. Like no fucking no fooling, huh? You just followed my lead back in the day. We might have had something popping, but you motherfuckers don't. You wanted to be in that Cali shit. You know what I'm saying? Which you can't blame them. But it is what it is, bro. It is what it is, man. Like Music Man say, Fruity Loops now, that's what I use FL Studio, bro. Like, I don't have no problem with using that shit. None, what the fuck, soever, bro. I have no problem using FL Studio. I used to use Reason, Propeller Head Reason, and Cubase before that. But I'm like, fuck all that shit, man. Ain't anybody got time to do all that, bro. You know what I mean? Niggas, you know, ain't nobody got time to do all that, bro. Too much, man. You know what I'm saying? But Fruity Loops for me is it's just a simple way to you know, a simple way to make shit, man. It's just some simple way to make some shit. Hold on, I'm gonna do one more video. I'm gonna do this. This is how I fuck around on FL Studio, and then I'm out of this bitch, man. I ain't gonna spend all day doing this shit, man. We almost 4 hours in. It was fun,
about
though.
to say it.
It was fun though. But this is me fucking around on FL Studio, just playing music on a QWERTY, you know what I'm saying? Just like I would be playing the piano or some shit.
Who the fuck does this shit?
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, who the fuck does that?
Yeah, that was my nigga from St. Louis. But that, so it's just like I fuck around, man. It's play with the beats, man. It is what it is, man. So, you know, I want to do a Manosphere album though, because to me, I think that what the young guys do is they brag too much. And there used to be a time when, you know, if you did hip hop, you could talk about pain and shit. You know what I'm saying? But now it's all about, I'm getting high. I mean, you got emo rap where niggas talk about pain, but it's a different kind of shit, man. It's too much braggadocio. I want to talk about pain, nigga, like niggas going through like ordeals. And like what motherfuckers really feeling and the challenges they're really facing. Instead of all that old, I got jewels and rims and all this kind of shit and I'm killing and murdering. Like, you know, it's like motherfuckers going through real stress out here. And that's part of it, but motherfuckers need to give voice to the stress. But they don't do it. You know what I'm saying? It's just a whole bunch of and that's the one thing I could kind of say that kind of New York rap does a lot, you know what I'm saying? The niggas from New York, they, you know, like that Rakim shit, like I'm supreme, you know, I'm super superb and supreme and, you know, like I'm superlative. I'm a god-like motherfucker. You know, it's the playing the dozens type of, you know, like the, what they call the signifying is what it is. Like, I can stand on water and not, you know, I can dance on water and not get wet type shit. And it has its place, you know what I'm saying? Because self-esteem do make you super superb and supreme, but goddamn, man, you know, sometimes you gotta bring the music down to earth, man. And let it speak to, you know, people, let it speak to ordinary people and resonate with them. Instead of, you know, all that signifying and shit. I mean, you know, like, I mean, but you know, I'm not saying that I love it, but it doesn't open up, it doesn't lead to vulnerability. So, you know, black music used to be, especially like black male music, it was the blues, man. And then it went from the blues to like the signifying bracket. And not to say that them niggas, the blues niggas didn't signify, because they did.
Yeah,
you know,
damn sure did.
They sure did. But they also, you know, talked about vulnerability as well. You know what I mean? So
I think it's room for everything, man, because different people like different shit.
True indeed. True indeed. I think the young niggas do talk about vulnerability, though. I do. I just want a mix of it. I just don't like, to me, Future doesn't talk about vulnerability at all. There's no vulnerability in his music. You know what I'm saying? Lil Uzi Vert, maybe, I don't know, like the Triple X Temptation guy, he had vulnerability in his music. Juice WRLD had vulnerability in his music.
See, I don't look for a certain type of record from the guy who is not in his bag. So like if Lil Uzi Vert makes a certain type of record, then you put on Lil Uzi Vert. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
true
like
indeed.
it's like
Fair
it's like
enough.
expecting Isaac Hayes, you know, to make the James Brown record. You understand what I'm saying? Like, uh-oh. Mind your business. Mind your business. The Apple Watch. Right. So like, you know, you gotta go to certain artists for certain things. I don't expect one artist to make every type of music. You understand what I mean? Like I go to certain artists for certain moods and other artists for other moods. It's like going to Missy Misdemeanor Elliott for the Hard Times record. You understand what I'm saying? She started rapping about her childhood and growing up hard. That shit ain't gonna fit her.
No,
She's the
no.
party chick, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I mean, you got artists that can do both. Don't get it twisted. But you got artists who all day they make the deep, introspective, reflective music, and then you got the other people who make the fun shit, right? If you in a fun mood, turn on the fun shit. If you in a introspective mood, turn that shit on, right? And I think that there's room for everything, because you got different people that have different moods, and then you got some people who just gravitate towards one versus the other, or vice versa. So
Right.
there's room for all this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? The shit that I think is whack, somebody like. You know what I mean? So it does. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know.
For sure, man. Well, let's tie this up, man. Well, thank you for coming. I
No
probably,
doubt.
you know, the latter part of this video, you know, just don't really even pay attention to it and shit, you know. Because we just went off on a tangent talking about shit that we like. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But thank you so much for fucking with us, you know, on this Saturday. I
right.
might not do shit tomorrow. I might do if it, you know, something inspires me, but more than likely I'll be back next week, man. What I want to do is a video on a topic. It'll probably be a pre-recorded though. I want to talk about Africa and the slave trade, and where the vast majority of people from Africa were transported during the slave trade. I've gone
Right.
over this before. I know that there's some, you know, differences of opinions amongst people in the manosphere about ADOS, FBA versus, you know, other African diasporas. I get it, I understand it, but, you know, I still like to talk about history, and I like to keep a long game, end game in view. That's just me. That's just my opinion. But I want to do a video about that so motherfuckers can actually know, like, the demographic shakedown of where people were actually transported. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's important. If you got any suggestions, please email me and tell me what you want to see. You know what I'm saying? So if you want me, you know, talk about something that I haven't really touched on or hit on, and you think I should, just hit me up. I know I don't leave a lot of shit in my community tab, but if you want to hear something or hear about something, or if you want me to cover something, let me know what it is. Put it in my, you know, my email, gwithapphd@gmail.com. So
And this is Marcus Aurelius, the community tab king.
yeah, you be doing community tab king shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
I'm the community tab king, man. If you're subscribed to me, I post more community tab than I do actual videos. So check out my community tab. I'm the king of the community tab, man. I love that community tab, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like Facebook. I don't
Right.
I don't fuck with it, and niggas don't fuck with me on it. I put shit on there here and there. I guess I got to treat it more like Facebook, but
Right.
motherfuckers don't really rock with me on
Nah, I love that community tab because the shit that I can't post over there, the shit I get 30 days for, I can post on YouTube.
That's crazy. And
You
I
talk reckless.
I've always I used to talk a lot more on Facebook. I know you remember me being on Facebook super heavy, and I just stopped fucking with Facebook, bro. I just stopped fucking with it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
it's just me doing YouTube that kind of made me do that, but it is what it is, man. But I'll tell you what, man. I appreciate each and every last one of you guys, man, spending time with us this afternoon. Just listen to us talk and ramble about bullshit. So appreciate you guys, man. And I'll holler at y'all next week, man. Real talk.
100.
100, man. Y'all be good, man.
Peace out.